Boom, we are live. Hello, everybody. Musty Hobbit here, and we are 10 days from the Midwest Gaming Classic, and so we're gonna have another hangout. It's Tuesday. I'm gonna invite some people in, but yeah, it's exciting times. We have a big show coming up, and there's lots of stuff going on. So we're pretty hyped about all that, and we want to share that with everybody. So hopefully we'll get some people in here soon but what has been going on. Give you a quick update on the home front. At this point, we have a closing date picked out. We are moving at the beginning of June. In fact, we have all of June to kind of figure out when things will move, which will be nice because we'll be able to get in there. We don't have to do it all in one day, which is kind of a prerequisite from us. We've done plenty of those moves where we leave one place and move into the other one back to back, and we just want to avoid having to do that if at all possible. So looks like we're going to have that. We'll in fact have, like I said, about a full month to do all of our moves, and then we're going to have movers kind of take over and do the heavy stuff because we're old now. We don't want to have to deal with that. So pretty excited about that. Some time and it'll be here before we know it. But yeah, it's exciting. It's really exciting. We really like our new place. I am going to do I know we're kind of this week I'm kind of in get all of the game collection videos done because I want to move back into doing the stuff that I'm used to doing on a week-to-week basis. And so the plan, for those who care, is to go through all those videos one a day. We did the NES one, came out today. Tomorrow is the PSP, I think. We're going to keep plugging away. It's going to get more and more modern as we progress. Those should be Tuesday. I do have an extra video that I want to drop on Thursday because I think that'll be timely. And then what I would like to then do is give a big sort of moving update as of next Thursday. So that's kind of what the video layout's going to be. And then we'll have MGC. So there will be either stuff that comes out of that as far as content goes, or there will be stuff to discuss. New games, there'll probably be a pickup video because, why not? That's what this channel was founded on, was pickup videos, but we do a lot more. Hello, Chris. Hello, Yoshi. How's it going, guys? And in case you didn't notice, I happened to come across one of these guys. I want an eBay listing for this, the Ringer, which is the shock mount for the Snowball. I'll talk about it more later, but I wanted to at least acknowledge the giant elephant in the room. That is this shiny metal thing. And hello, Fitnat.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you? Good. Right. Shiny new toy.
Nice.
All kinds of them. These, I got the colors to work now, so it should color change on me. Green, blue. There, that way. There you go. Red. Yeah. It doesn't help because you get any of it, but yeah. How are things?
Pretty good. Tried to get some gameplay on Kingdom Hearts in before the hangout, but I didn't leave myself that much time, and it takes a long time to be able to save in that game, apparently, which I've forgotten about.
Wait, long time for the opening?
Or just like I'm on the island
tutorial.
running around trying to find like where do I save?
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's no save point. So I don't want to rush through it, so I just put it into rest mode and hope the ticker stopped counting up on my pause menu.
I'm pretty sure it does. All what I ended up doing. There's a save point in that little shack. There's a little shack right by that. There's a pool.
Huh. I might try that now.
Okay.
See if it works.
Yeah. There's like the spot where Waka's at, which is like each if you go up one level, and then there's a little shack off to the right as you're looking at the trees. There's a little like waterfall and a pool, and then there's a shack right next to it, and that shack has a save spot in it. Let me know if you're successful.
So when we have to go up the ladder?
No. Don't go up the ladder. Wait. There should be the waterfall. If you look at the waterfall to the right of it, there should be a house.
Oh, okay.
In that house, if you go in the front door.
Oh, for crying out loud. Looks like I didn't need to skip that initial part then. Whatever.
What did you skip?
Well, just when you first hand in like the stuff to Kyrie and then it goes into the next day, I kind of just went through the first day without doing all the challenges.
Oh, gotcha.
That's annoying. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, the XP that you gain out of those challenges is nothing.
Yeah, I figure as far as this playthrough is concerned, the only thing I'm losing out on in that sense is any achievements, if there are any. I haven't even looked. I mean, if there are any for doing all the challenges on the island. Oh, at least I'm saved now. Thanks for that.
It's possible, but no problem. Yeah, I'm only in. I don't want to say the worlds. Have you played this before? You've played it before, right?
Yeah, I beat it before.
Okay,
it's just been a very long time.
I'm in Tarzan world at this point.
It's not really a spoiler because that's one of the first copyright things that pops up when you start the game up.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. The I kind of don't want to be here, but it's like I can't exactly find my way out at this point. Oh wait, I could just use the save spot.
Yeah.
I could, but I'm not done with. Might as well just finish it.
Yeah, I probably told my story before where I got partway through, the disc stopped working, and I took it in to get repaired, and the repair place lost it, and they didn't realize which Kingdom Hearts it was, so the replacement they got me was 2, and it had basically just come out at that time, so I got a brand new game for a replacement for my old one. So the thing that sucks is I wasn't able to beat the first one, but I was able to play the second one for free, essentially.
There you go. Okay. I guess that works.
I did end up getting the first one again later and beating it, but that was just funny.
That is pretty funny. Yeah. No, I played it. I hope a lot of people play it. The last couple months have been like just people have been busy with stuff, and so I really hope. Yoshi, we'll catch you later, man.
See you,
Have a good evening. We'll see you. Yeah, I hope people get past, early year stuff that they were ingrained in. Granted, Kingdom Hearts isn't exactly a short game either.
Oh God, no.
So we're dealing with that same thing that we would have been, or that we were with Dark Cloud and with
every other RPG.
Odin Sphere. Yeah, right. But that's okay because we get the Halo palette cleanser next month.
Halo's next month?
Halo is next month, yeah.
Huh. I should really look at the list again just to refresh myself on that.
Yes. So refresher: Halo is May. Axiom Verge is June. Street Fighter 2, pick your subtitle, is July, and Super Mario World, August.
Okay.
And you already the bros already talked to you about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They weren't quiet about that. But yeah. It should be good.
Yeah, I haven't been playing the games the last few months. I did play some Dark Cloud, but for the most part, the games that have been coming up just have not hit me in terms of being in the mood to play them for whatever reason. You know what I mean? When
I could see that.
Yeah, you just start trying to play something and it's like, this is just not grabbing me right now. Like, I know I would enjoy it if it was grabbing me, but it's just not.
That's how when I rented Doom for the first time, toward 2016 Doom, I was not feeling it an hour in, and then I went back maybe a month later, almost a year later, and it was the perfect thing that I needed right at that point. So I totally get that. I totally get it.
Yeah, trying to force yourself to play something at the wrong time can really make you sour on it. But it sucks because it's been just a series of great games that we've been playing, and I just keep going, I would love to play this, but I am not in the mood at all.
Yeah. No, that's a tough thing to deal with is it's a game that you're like, everything on this ticks every single box it needs to tick, but it's just not hitting me right now. And it happens. That's why we offer 2 games of the month.
Yeah.
So you could play Sonic for Game Gear if you wanted to.
Yeah, I actually do have a way to play that legally. I have that Mega Collection Plus on PS2. I'll probably try that.
I have the GameCube one of that. Might have the Xbox one also. Can't remember. My stuff has started to come out of storage, so because all of our inspections and everything is done, so I think we're pulling it all back just so we don't have to spend on a storage unit. So I'm going through. I just like open the box. I'm just like, there you are.
Yep. Don't need to worry about people coming over to look at the house anymore.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to have somebody come, and somebody will come at some point. We have to have the radon mitigation done. Oh well. So basically, they're going to install a fan that's going to suck all the radon out. I don't know. It's an expensive cost that I really don't want to have to incur, but it'll move the house as long as the house sells. That's all that's important.
Yeah.
But it was funny because I opened up one of the bins looking at the stuff, and I came to this realization that I don't think that the 2DS is my thing, and I'm leaning toward getting rid of it. In fact, I'm strongly getting rid of it. I don't have much for it. Like finding somebody to purchase it from me.
No, I mean, in what way is it not grabbing you? Like the library?
I think it's the portability. I for some reason, if at this point to play a portable anything, it's going to be the Switch. And I've started to pick up Switch games, and so at this point, playing a game just doesn't feel. I don't know. It doesn't feel to me. I don't know.
You're cutting out a bit.
Am I?
Like some words are just kind of getting lost.
I should stop turning away from the mic. I'm busy right now.
No, I mean it's like jumpy a little bit.
Okay.
Like just a little bit of like the connection.
Okay.
Well, which I know isn't on my end because I've got my thing hardwired, so
I'm gonna just make sure that make sure I'm not like dropping bandwidth or something.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seems like.
Okay. It's like if it's not one audio thing, it's another. But
yeah.
Okay. Well, it says it's okay, great, but it's okay right now. But thank you for pointing.
Yeah. Ironically, kind of slowed, skipped a word, and then fast forwarded back to real time as you said that. And I lost whatever you just said.
Man. Okay.
I don't know.
Well, fingers crossed that it stops doing whatever it's doing. So, yeah, the form factor of the handheld is, I think, what's getting to me. It's just like maybe it's not getting. And I rarely get it. I have my Switch with me every single day, and I don't even break out, like on my break. So why would I break out the 2DS? And I may change my mind 2 years down the road, and at that point, there's going to be an abundance of new 3DSs that'll be practical from a price standpoint.
Yeah.
So part of me is thinking if I can recoup most of my expense on this one, and I'll probably let go of the games that I have for it too, of which there's only a couple. I think that I can use that money elsewhere better for now. Hopefully I don't spend it on something that I end up liquidating in a year, but it is what it is, right? As your music could. But yeah. Yeah, it has been.
Sorry, I'm here. I just had to mute.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was going to comment that it's been a PlayStation heavy club year so far.
Yeah,
and I would agree. Which is why it's nice that we're going to get here pretty soon.
The Halo?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing the original one, right?
Or Anniversary.
Okay.
So if you have Master Chief Collection, you can play that. If you have the 360 version of Anniversary, you can play that. Or if you have your original Xbox hooked up, there's the copies of the original Halo.
If I could find my original Mac OS version of it somewhere, I could play that.
There you go. PC version, which was ported by Gearbox of all studios.
Yeah. I'm really salty about that Mac version because that's how I originally played that, and I have the box for it still, but the disc has completely gone missing. I have no idea where it is, and it's probably one of the more valuable versions of that game.
Well, yeah, I mean, Bungie was a Mac developer before then, right?
Yeah, I think, I know Halo was shown off at a Mac keynote, and it was like, that's when it was originally something like an RTS or something, right?
Yes. Well, they had Marathon before it.
Yeah. Or a third-person shooter. I know it was just a different form factor. That's all I remember.
It wasn't, you're right. Halo in general was an RTS, and then it ended up rolling Halo Wars in the end, and that brought things full circle.
Yeah, which is kind of funny in retrospect.
Hello, Ryan.
Hello.
What's happening?
Oh, not much. Oh, slow kind of days, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, it's really gloomy today.
Yeah.
And it's gonna snow.
It's snowing by me right now, so. But it's not
really?
sticking to the ground, so I mean it's to the grass, but not to the ground, so yeah. I'm with Bill right now and I'm boycotting winter. You know, it's springtime. Baseball started, I don't shovel anymore. So I'll just drive right over it.
I'm
done with it.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, we got rain for most of the day, so
it was supposed to snow at 2 a.m.
I'm just
and when
done.
I got up at 4:30 just to check to make sure, just to make sure that I didn't need to get up early to shovel, and I saw it was just dry ground. I was happy, so I went back to sleep.
Oh, you're getting a ton of it tonight. It looks like.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. It's supposed to be like 50, I think, next week, Wednesday too, or Monday too. So it'll be going by then.
Well, good. Hopefully the weather's good next week. I'd rather not have to have a thick coat.
I'll just rock hoodie because it's not a long walk from where we can park. Basically, there's a bunch of structure parking around there, and on Sundays you can park on the streets for free on Sundays. Saturday's the day you gotta just look into it. I almost wonder because there is a restaurant right across the street. And one way we used to do it for Bucks games is you paid $5 for valet parking. We just use that as parking, basically, because they'll park your car for you. You just give them your keys, and then you just come back when you're done and say, yep, I'm done. So, as opposed to even going to the restaurant.
As long as we have someone with a room that we can have like as a staging area, that would be... but not having a car means that, I wouldn't want to have to call the valet to bring out the car whenever I wanted to, drop off.
Come on.
A backpack load. Yeah. Don't mind us throwing these expensive video games in the back of this car that you're going to go park somewhere.
The only thing that sucks,
that they're going to be expensive.
That's one of the big things I didn't want for it to go downtown is because of the parking, because it's basically everywhere you have to pay for parking, as opposed to where at the Sheraton in Brookfield there's a mall right next door. You basically just park in the mall's parking lot and just go to your car.
Yeah.
If it was in West Dallas and if it was at the State Fairgrounds, it would have been the same situation where you could just go to your car and just unload and come back. That with it being downtown, it's you gotta get parking. So the most unfortunate part. But it's a bigger convention this year. So.
Yes, I'm excited for that.
I got to see.
Do you know if are we gonna get Eric tonight?
I don't.
Or is he busy?
I was assuming he was gonna be on here today. I wasn't asking though.
I didn't know if that other announcement. I didn't know if that meant that he wouldn't be here, but.
I'm gonna say yes.
That he's filling in for somebody.
Oh,
you think he will?
That's just he'll probably be here later. If that record is actually going on today, which is a good chance because I think that's when they record.
Yeah. How's your list at this point? Is it?
It's about 40 games. But nothing is dire. It's just like I'm looking for, and if I can get a deal, great. Which I want to add another game to it. I was gonna ask Eric for picking up Fantasy Zone, should I get the Master System version, or should I get the Sega Saturn Age version? That's what I wanted to ask him. But Because I added a Master System game yesterday to my list. I did Rampage. Because actually, I'm a big fan of the NES version and the 64 games in the arcade. And apparently, that
And
version is
movie?
better. No, I have not seen the movie yet. But I saw a commercial for the movie, and I think I made me think. I was like, you know what? I got that power-based converter, and I really don't got too many games for the Master System. I'm not collecting heavy for it, but there's a couple games I wouldn't mind having, and that's one of them. Because that version is apparently better than the NES version, which I always thought was pretty decent.
So is that movie out yet?
I think it comes out the week before.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I think it comes out right before.
I'm sorry, it's next Friday. It comes out.
Yeah, I know they moved it up. They moved it up because they didn't want to go against Avengers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that just seemed a bit early. It's like I've heard nothing of this movie coming out, and that doesn't make sense.
I just don't understand why they felt the need to make things like giving the wolf wings or the ability to glide, and making the lizard a crocodile, basically a giant crocodile. That kind of, I was like, yeah, or the gorilla white. I was like, I don't understand why, like an albino gorilla. I don't know why they had to do that, but.
So your complaint is that they're whitewashing Rampage?
I just don't like the changing. I wish.
Yeah, they're really messing with the lore of Rampage.
Yeah, but I think you can do a better monster movie as opposed to like what they're doing. That's the thing.
Yeah,
you know?
I kind of agree, but hopefully it's just a fun, silly movie.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. I'll see it, but I'm definitely not probably going to theaters to see it. It's definitely a budget viewing, or
that's a Netflixer.
Yeah, a Netflixer. But
I mean, it could be another one. It could be like Jumanji, right? Like where The Rock is just kind of a parody of himself.
Except with Jumanji, I thought that they had a very interesting trailer that got me, basically. So that's the difference between it. Where I thought it was a great cast. The only person I really know in there is The Rock, and I think maybe I can't remember the name of the other guy. I don't know if he's supposed to be the big bad villain person, but I don't know. I don't know if he was. Oh, here's Eric.
Hello.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes. We can hear you now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Eric, so do you know if I should get the Master System version of Fantasy Zone, or should I get the Saturn version of Fantasy Zone?
I'm sorry, hang on. I had some the YouTube was playing too. Can you repeat the question?
Do you know if I should get the Master System version of Fantasy Zone or the Saturn version of Fantasy Zone?
Fantasy Zone? There's a Saturn version? It must be the
Sega Ages.
There's a Sega Ages for Fantasy Zone? Well, look, the Fantasy Zone for the Master System is a port of the arcade version, so it's as faithful as an 8-bit game can be. And actually, that's not true. There are some things about it that I don't know. I don't know what to recommend. Yeah, if you want the arcade version, you should get the arcade version. It's probably better. It probably runs a little better. Graphics are better. Master System version is competent. I don't know which one's cheaper.
I can look into that. Because I added Rampage to my list today for the Master System.
For the the Master System version of Rampage is not bad because you've got all 3 characters to select from. Well, I could tell you to get the Master System version of Fantasy Zone so that I could grab the Saturn version if it's there. But I won't do that. No, I'm kidding. I would say if you can get the Saturn version, I'd say go for it. I wasn't even aware. I have the Sega Ages. There was only one released for the U.S. It has Space Harrier, Afterburner, and Outrun, and that is that's a damn good collection.
The only thing I heard about that one is they had to remove some features from all 3 games to get it on the disc. Like I heard,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Outrun is missing some tracks, and I think maybe Fantasy Zone's maybe missing something too. So
Well, as far as I know, Fantasy Zone was never released in the U.S. on Saturn.
So
But
I added most of the Japanese Sega ages to it. So
oh, very good. No, I hope you find them. I've never seen them myself, but yeah, I would say get the Saturn one if you can. There's not very much English in it. I mean, there's some story to the game. I don't know if that's in the arcade version or not, but yeah. But if you have to get the Master System version, it's competent, it's playable. And hell, the Tengen version's not bad on the NES either.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still where I added a few games to the list. The list is still longer than I wanted to be, but
yeah,
I also just decided that N64 is going to be a thing, so that that added.
That's what I like to hear.
Oh boy, that added what, like 3 games?
How many?
Zing.
Zing.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I like the N64.
The list that Ryan gave me, I have 45 left of the list that Ryan gave me.
Ryan gave you a
and
list?
Those are like I asked him for a list,
yeah.
Of like best of the best.
How big was the list?
I could have gave him more. That's the thing, is because I was just trying to give him like the best of the best and maybe the best of a game. Like I didn't say Mario Party 1 or 3. I just said 2 because Mario Party 2 is the best in the whole series out of the 10 games.
Yeah.
Mario Party 1 and 3 are fine. They're good games, but 2 is definitely the best. So,
And there's some that I added. Like I want all 4 star. Those I don't think Ryan. I don't think you didn't have all of them on there. Because I assume the battle. Yeah, the battle for Naboo I anticipate is probably the weak link of that.
I don't know. I haven't played it in a while, but I don't think it's bad. It's just that it doesn't stand out to me as a game. I love, as much as people gripe about it, I love Shadows of the Empire. I think it's a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
Flawed but good.
Yeah, I can see the flaw, but I enjoy it. So
So did I at the time, but like going back playing it, you can definitely see the issues.
Yeah, but I still think it's still playable because I played it after Episode 7 came out. I remember I went home because I was all Star Wars.
Yeah.
I was riding a Star Wars high, so I went for one of my favorite games on there.
Well, you should know that later you're going to see 2 games that I won't have to look for at Midwest.
Yeah.
I don't think I've told any of you about this.
I don't know what's Eric's number 1 game on this for Midwest here. Is it Star Soldier?
Is that an NES or is that the TurboGrafx?
It's the N64 one.
Oh yeah. Yes, the Star Soldier. I don't think it's number 1. I'd love to find. I'd have to look. Right that comes to the top of my mind right now is Die Hard Arcade for the Saturn. Is that on your list too, Ryan?
No, I got it in Portland.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Great. I'm always one step behind you guys. Die Hard Arcade is one I got my eye on. There's a couple. Star Soldier, I've added that. I don't know what else. There's a couple NES Star Soldier. I think it's called Star Soldier. It's not at the top of my list, but it's definitely on there.
My list is mostly Dreamcast and Saturn right now at the moment. So,
by the way, Chris says in the chat, TurboGrafx Fantasy Zone, which I have, and which is pretty good.
I have EverDrive, so I'm good.
Well, there you go. Oh, what are you buying anything for?
My goal is never to ever get into turbo collecting. It's too expensive.
You got the unit, right?
Yeah.
You got the EverDrive? Yeah.
That's the way I figured it. The price of that EverDrive was like the cost of like 2 turbo games. So
yeah.
Now I have the whole collection.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, I have mine too, and I haven't pulled it out of the system. I'll probably just use that. And I'm thinking about getting this new device. I forget what it's called, Super CD 3 or something. That'll let you play CD-ROM ISOs. So that would just about do it.
Mm-hmm. And,
I thought I had a question for Musty, but I can't remember what it is.
I'm really hoping there is. Well, we might be able to get a sneak peek because I talked to some one guys I work with who's going to be there. I'm volunteering a couple of these TVs for the museum. So we could probably drop it off Friday morning or something, you know?
Okay.
I know me and you we talked about going somewhere Friday, probably before everyone, you know, really comes in for the day, you know? But if we make a drop off, we might be able to get a quick sneak peek. Or we could even do it probably when we get the tickets. We could probably get a sneak peek then at the floor, you know?
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. So one thing that they told me, granted, I think at this point the panel, the emissions aren't being covered because of the exposure that we're getting, which is fine. But they did say that they would get us presenter badges. You know, ones that actually say presenter on them instead of just being.
You just need to get as big as Svengoolie before, you know.
Sure.
You can get them for free.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to meet him. Is he going to be there?
I saw him last year.
Yep. He is doing a meet and greet before the cosplay contest on Saturday night.
You think he'll take pictures with people?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's specifically doing a meet and greet. I think it's a signing session and pictures.
I saw him sitting around last year. We could have went up to him and talked to him if he wanted. So
good. I'll get a picture with him. And
the only people I couldn't believe were charging for anything were like the Mortal Kombat guys. I was like, you guys are charging for your photo and autograph? Come on. And it's like, who the hell are you?
I was like, I don't know. I have no idea who you're talking about. I have no idea who you're talking about right now.
The live action actor for Mortal Kombat, the guys that played Johnny Cage for the game, like likeness in the moveset, and he played all the basically your ninja guys, like your Scorpion, your Sub-Zero. He was charging like $20 for an autograph and picture last year. I was like, get out.
Here,
sorry.
That might be a little.
You who we're.
But Spengoolie.
I'll show you who we're.
I am not.
Here's who we're talking about.
Oh,
this guy.
Still have no idea
so he like I think was it WGN?
Yeah, at least by us. Yeah.
So in the Midwest, there's a Superstation type of. It might have been
he was on some like
Fox 32.
He was on something we didn't have cable, but apparently he was on basic television here in Milwaukee. So
yeah, but he would intro. They would do like late night horror movies on those channels, and he would sort of be the intro. Yeah, think of him like an Elvira type person. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll see you soon, Eric. That's who he is, but he's kind of a Midwest.
Yeah,
I don't know what, but it's kind of silly. Yeah, but yeah, there's all kinds of him and Freddie. Apparently, he has Twitter. But yeah, he will be there. He's one of like the headline people that they're making a big deal about.
He was
him being there, but he's going to host the cosplay contest potentially again. Mm-hmm. He's done this before.
I know Ben Heck, I think, did it 1 year too. Because Ben Heck's always there. Because he's out of Madison, so he's only about an hour west. I saw the floor plan layout for the pinball. The pinball layout's going to be actually really good this year. It's going to be amazing. Like, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who the guys who do that Ghostbusters one, and it's not Bailey's. It's I'm drawing a blank on the ones who does all like the Lord of the Rings, the Big Lebowski, all those big ones. Metallica. But I guess they have like a lasers all around them.
Is it a W? Does it start with a W? Maybe. Or something?
Let me just pull up for your quick earlier. Ghostbusters pinball. Stern, that's right. So there's a big Stern pinball section, and I guess there's a Valley section, and and I saw like they have a big staging area for the tournaments. I heard because one of the reasons I was talking with a guy today, and he was saying like one of the reasons besides moving back to Milwaukee is, I guess they can't do like money prizes for any tournament, because if they do it, then, well, what it is basically the Native Americans who have the Indian casinos around here. They have like a staple on the city that if it's a coin operated machine, you can't do prize payouts or something like that because it's then considered gambling, and they'll shut you down basically. So they can't do, they can do gift certificates, but they can't do like payouts for money. So that's why like they can't get like the competitive pinball players, like the big names, I guess, if you will. But
an actual prize for it.
Yeah. And I guess recently too, because some union law got busted here recently, that prevented from being in Milwaukee. There was a formula, like if you plugged in an outlet at a convention, you had to pay $10. So as hearing back, that would have been like 30 grand last year for the payouts for the first day, basically, for per machine. So with that being dropped, they can afford to not have to pay those $10 per outlet fee. That's completely dropped now. So that's another reason to move back to Milwaukee, the convention. But
is that how they're still having competitions? They just don't have real payouts.
Yeah,
okay.
You can't. Yeah, so
okay.
I don't think
they're doing pinball contests.
I don't think there's a fee to get. I don't think there's a fee to get in to those tournaments, but that's another reason. Like it's all like sponsored giveaways or something like that. They can't do prize payouts,
Gotcha.
For that stuff, which makes sense because they don't want to get busted, because I guess they got approached one year or something like that by the cops or something like that too, and I guess Dan had to go with the statement that he got from like permission from the city of Milwaukee or something like that, because there's no prize payouts. So stuff like that's happened.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I was talking to him though, because the guy's never seen. If you ever saw that Tetris documentary,
which one?
There's one where I think Pat's in it, because they show like a competition. Like they show the beginning of it, I think is like either 2014 or 2015 at Midwest, because there's always a Tetris tournament, and one of the guys who's like the best in the Midwest goes to that tournament or something like that. That's like the grand finales are in LA every year for it.
Was it like the Tetris Masters something?
It was on Hulu for free last time I checked.
Yeah, that one with the cover is like the head with the Tetris pieces going around it.
Let's see if we can pull it up here, see if we can give you the exact name. Ecstasy of the Order? That might be it. No, that's not. That's maybe too early. Let's see if I can find it there. That might be it, actually. See, it's on YouTube. Apparently it's on YouTube here. See, this is it.
Where they get the guy from like the Nintendo Championship to come in.
Yeah, Thor.
Yeah.
Thor Accolade.
But they do their own competition in the documentary.
This one, oh, this is for Russia with Love. That's a different one.
Yeah, because the whatever that Tetris one was that I was just trying to describe, I actually saw a bit of that at the Vancouver Expo.
Mm-hmm.
The year it was coming out, and the director was there. Unfortunately, for everyone involved, the other guest that was there at the time was Charles Martinet, who was signing during the showing of the Tetris Masters. So that room was empty.
You mean Mario?
Yes. Except no.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, Charles Martinet was signing, and that room was just empty when they were showing the movie, and the director got up after to take questions, and there was no one there to do questions, so it's like, okay. And he just walked to the back of the room really annoyed. So that just sucked for him.
Oh, well.
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
How's your list coming? Are you
He's winging it.
Yeah, I wing it. That's usually we'll see how that goes. I'm debating whether
a couple. Go ahead.
Oh, I said I have a bunch of leftover Genesis games. I wonder if I should pack in my luggage, but that I might use for trades. But we'll see.
Anything good?
Yeah, I'd say it's a bunch of average games, really. Like Terminator, the arcade games, stuff like that. I think there's an X-Men game.
What?
Hold on, let me see if I can grab it.
I didn't catch which system you were talking about.
Oh, this Genesis.
Yeah, there's 2 X-Men games for that.
Let's see.
Must include that shitty Wolverine game.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that entirely. Adamantium Rage.
Yeah.
Like Adamantium Rage Quit. That sucked. But
I don't know which one this is.
yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah.
Second one's much better. But I still have nostalgia for that first game.
I still love telling Dean because how Dean couldn't beat that game and he was like flipping out on Twitter. And I said, "Did you hit the reset button?" And then he's like, "You tell me," like he responded like 5 minutes later. He's like, "I can't believe that was the answer to like how to get to like the final level."
Yeah. That's so weird. It was like the Psycho Mantis thing much before Psycho Mantis.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a Wolverine game. Might have been for the Genesis.
Rage.
Where I think you're just at the end of the game, you just have to shove Sabretooth off a cliff.
That sounds about right.
I had
Steven also brings up Arcade's Revenge.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to forget that game.
The soundtrack does not
Thanks a lot,
that game
Steven.
at all. I kind of love that game because it's so bad.
It's really bad.
And it's just kind of charming in its badness, but maybe that's nostalgia. But it's got such weird choices. Like, it's based on an actual issue of the X-Men comic and Spider-Man, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Except it replaces one character. The sucky part is, I think it's Colossus that they replaced with Gambit because it was the 90s. But they have Cyclops in there in his X-Factor costume, which was no longer around at the time. So it's got really weird continuity mix-ups in that, just in terms of which costumes they decided to put the characters in. And then they've got that funky soundtrack that does not fit any franchise that is included.
I never played the Super Nintendo version. I've only played the Genesis. I still have like a loose Genesis version of that game. I remember like I hated renting that one, but when I bought like a Genesis again in high school, like it was like part of a bundle, and I'm like, I can't ever escape this stupid game.
Yeah, and Storm's level is like the water stage, which makes no sense. It's just such a strange game. But the funniest part to me is that soundtrack totally sounds like a Starsky and Hutch type soundtrack of like one of those old TV shows. And that composer ended up doing the soundtrack for the Starsky and Hutch game that came out on PS2. Nice. I know way too much about that game, specifically. Which I'm just now realizing. But it's just fascinatingly bad to me.
I really hope there's somebody doing Marvel hacks or doing like 64 hacks and homebrews at the convention. I really do.
You really want that
Mario. That's my number one. That's my number one.
Halo 2600 is mine.
If
inbox is the key.
Loose for me, it's fine. If it's not there,
I mean they don't.
Yeah. If it's not there, then I'll order it off Etsy after the convention. But I've been holding off on like buying anything really. So I haven't gone to stores. I've just been like,
I haven't. I have been trying to stay out of thrift shops because that's a slippery slope. You're either going to find something that's going to be great trade fodder, or you're just going to spend money that's not going to ping you at Midwest.
I've been pretty good at thrift stores. I haven't seen anything recently, so even stuff that's like, well, I don't know. I passed in a couple things because the condition wasn't up to snuff, in my opinion. Like I thought about buying a Spy Hunter for the PS2, but it's kind of scratchy, so I passed on it. I've been wanting to. I should put that on my list if I can find it for like $1 or $2. I've been actually wanting that game since it was actually on the PS2.
Yeah, I haven't been slowing down. I kept telling myself to do that.
I bought something with the last coupon sale from eBay.
Well, they keep doing that thing. They keep doing it, and it's like, how can I not like? It works perfectly when you can get that person who's willing to come down on their price, and then you take another 15 off of it. Like it's works. I got the expansion for my RAM for my computer. It's in transit right now. So I got another 8 gigs of RAM for less than the cost of one would have been if I had gone through Tiger Direct.
I think they sent me a 15% points. Like I think you get 15% back on eBay not too long ago. That's when I bought the Turbo Express.
Gotta take advantage of those things when they come, right? I mean, that's one thing. It's when you don't have something that's like on your wish list right now, and then you're trying to like find something to pick up. That's another story. But
yeah, I bought something off my list. It hasn't arrived yet, so. I bought it because I figured it'd be a harder thing to find at the convention, so that's why I passed on. Or I got it because the coupon and free shipping and whatnot. So
yeah,
I mean, there are games that I want but I don't keep lists. I guess it's all up here.
That's how you get burnt. That's how you get
until you're looking around, and then you completely forget what you're looking for.
There's always things that pop up that you completely forget about at the conventions too, and then you're like, oh, "This is a fantastic deal!" Like you might do. What I like to do is then do like a circle around, go down another aisle, pull out the old iPhone, and see what the prices are going for these days.
Well, it's funny too when you go to a convention, you're like, "I've never seen this game before. I should get it," because like I saw Widget at a convention. I was like, I'll never see this again. And I bought it. It's not the best game, but
how soon did you see it again? Because that's usually how it goes.
Not yet. No. So I think I didn't. I think that was it. What the hell was that? It was the convention in Connecticut. And then I didn't see it at PRG. So I'm surprised. But yeah, I remember. Will their lines for the vendor floor be the same, like anywhere near as bad as PRGE? For Midwest? No.
I think that's for you, Ryan, because I don't have that. Yeah, you were at PRGE last year, so.
I think it's because last year, Musty, I don't think we got in right away. We got there like probably a half hour before the doors open. Maybe an hour before the doors open, yeah. I think. And we got in.
I don't think it was even.
You remember we were like lined up as soon as they said, okay, it's 9 o'clock. We just went in, and we got in instantly. I mean, we just had a wristband, so we were ready to go. PRGE was worse this year than it was the year before for the line to get in. Now, I'm not saying it's because I don't think they had more people. I think they had probably about the same attendance as they had, but I think more people got there earlier in the morning. because it was that line went from the door all the way up the stairs and then up and then like around this other loop of stairs or something like that. So
all the way out to the little bar.
they moved actually. Actually moved it to a different side of the building this year. It wasn't in this. It was more in the middle of the building, basically. So
it was closest to the train. Their sort of metros.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's exactly where it was. So, but I don't know who.
Yeah.
I don't know who formed the line, but it went from the door all the way up the stairs and then around. There's like a bathroom upstairs where it would just wrap around it, kind of like this. So, but
it felt like the Q Dogs got there a couple of hours early, like before the doors open.
I got there before the Q Dogs.
Okay.
It was me. It was me, Dean, and Rob. We got there. I think we got there at 7 in the morning. We got up at 6, got there at 7, and then the Q Dogs I think strolled in around 8. So maybe 8:30 or something like that. So
yeah, I think because I was about to get in line and Dean grabbed me and said, "No, just."
Yeah, Dean disappeared and he's like, "I'll be right back." He came back with you. So
he's taking a video of the line to put on, I think, Twitter.
Yeah, the line to get in was much longer this year. Then again, last year, I could be wrong. The year prior, there was a coffee shop. It started on the floor and it wrapped around the coffee shop. And then again, we never saw it, Musty, because I think from where we were right there at the beginning, because I think the Q Dogs told us to get there early, so we did.
Yep.
So Josh.
Howdy.
There you go. You're here.
Yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out until my girlfriend texts me to go pick her up. So I figure I'd join for a minute.
Right.
Cool. I'm hoping the logistics are good. It'll be smart of us to get our stuff figured out on Friday so that we're not dealing with that.
Yeah.
But like the video I posted in the both Twitter DM conversation. I mean, that area looks massive.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Like, he said that you could fit the entire tent inside that space, and then fit it again in this space right next to it. Like that would be fantastic if that's how they end up working that out. But
from what I heard though, like the arcade section might be a little bit of a disappointment because of how much pinball is devoted to it this year, because how many people bring in their machines. Now it's not saying, because I was talking with the guy and he was saying that now it's just how they have this one area sanctioned up because of all the pinball. Because he's worried.
Well, because they're doing that. You can buy your pinball and it will come to the show, and then you pick it up after the show, right? Like that's how that.
Well, like all those machines are for sale. All the arcade cabinets, and that's one of the reasons with talking with the guy I work with. He was saying that like he's worried with how granted he doesn't know, because he didn't see where Galloping Ghost was going. They always have the guys in the basement that have their arcade section.
They have their own dedicated one over by the convention or over by the panels, like those rooms.
So they have their section, and there's some more that's gonna be like in the halls, if you will. But like the original like arcade lineup, it's only like 2 rows, and he's very disappointed in that because, like he said, like he's worried that all those machines are gonna be bought up by Saturday. So he's just like, well, if we do it this way, but they said there's supposed to be more. It's just that if you only do 2 rows, it's gonna make the arcade look small, and that's why he's a little disappointed in that. But they still have a lot of area to fill into this whole place. It's just how like from seeing like the pinball machines, there's a ton of pinball this year, a ton. And then you have there, like I said, like those dedicated sections too.
Well, that was a problem with too many games. They sold cabs and during the show, and they like half of them were gone by the end of the show. There's nothing to play.
Last year, Midwest they always have a pretty decent amount that turn out for the arcade. You leaving, Josh?
No, I was waving at Eric.
Oh.
See him over there.
Hey, Josh, how are you?
Well,
What's up?
I really liked the museum, and not the museum, but the here's a station set up for every console that you could imagine. Like that, I really liked. And they are doing that again because you're donating TVs to that, right?
Yeah. And the guy I work with is in charge of that, so.
Like I want to force myself to actually go spend some time in there because the past 2 years, I've just ended up in the vendor hall the whole time.
Afraid I'm missing out on a deal.
I know, right? Like
it's more you circle around, you're like, did I see everything?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, stuff pops up because people trade stuff to the vendors and then they put that up for sale, and
or you go around back and say, maybe I really do want to pay that much for that game.
Or sometimes they what's it called? They have stuff underneath their table and other bins that they didn't put out yet, So you keep circling around. It's just the one thing last year I really wanted that arcade stick, which I'm glad I found it in Portland for a lot cheaper. But that one guy, I was trying to make a deal with him the entire time, and he said someone had an offer, and eventually I think when I came back at 7 o'clock, right before we left, he's like, the guy just came back. I'm like, because he told me, he's like, if he doesn't come back by 7 o'clock, it's yours. I'm like, okay. And then I came back like 10 minutes before 7. He's like, he came back. I was like, I wasted all this extra time for this? So.
Sounds like someone's cat.
I just don't know if we want to do Friday night. I'm still thinking maybe Friday night's maybe the best night to do 42.
I think that'd be a good idea.
That way
it
we don't
sounds
have
like
to press.
It sounds like almost everyone's going to be there, and then you're going to say exactly what I was just going to say. So go ahead.
No, I was just going to say because on Friday night there's no like after party or late. I imagine Saturday if we go out for supper, people are still going to want to come back because the convention's open at 8, and then there's that after party at 9 o'clock or something like that. And there's other things to do. Like it's an all day thing. So you can leave and come back. Friday night, there's nothing to do. I mean, unless you really want to go to the pinball museum, but from what I hear, it's not worth your time. No, that's why I think Friday night we can relax. You don't have to worry about anything. We could take our time at enjoy dinner, talk and whatnot. So that's why I'm suggesting maybe Friday for 42 Ale House.
I'll go if I don't have to talk.
You're gonna talk. And you're gonna like it.
That's a Seinfeld line. Well, we'll go if I don't have to talk. Yeah, all right. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's the only reason I can. I mean, we went to 42,
and then that gives us the most flexibility for Saturday too, right? I mean, because there's gonna be people outside the club that we're meeting, and they may be like, "Hey, let's do something." Us, your group, and our group, and if we're all like, well, we're going to go to dinner 20 minutes down the road, then that automatically shuts that stuff out. But Church is going to be there, and his co-host from Game Tenants podcast is going to be there, and Chris, the old ass retro game, like all the guys from the panel are going to be there I think they're going to be there both days. There's some other guys from like North Dakota.
Who's on your panel again this year? The Midwest YouTubers panel.
Chris, the old ass retro gamer. He just did a video on the Vectrex that he picked up. But I was on that collaboration video with him that you may not have watched a few months back. That was like movies that would make great games, that type of thing, or like how I would do this movie as a game. Which is where I said do the Dark Crystal as like a Uncharted style game.
I don't know if I watched that.
Did Tango and Cash come up? Because that movie is basically a video game.
That would be a fantastic.
I don't think it did. Someone brought up Saturday Night Fever.
Oh God.
As a game. but okay. So it's going to be Chris. It's going to be Church, who you guys know him, and then his co-host on their podcast is Jason. He's from Corpse Flood Gaming. He's the channel, and then Taylor. His channel is Rising Blue Phoenix. He does a lot of challenges and stuff like that. He's actually played Mario 64 with his feet. He has videos on that.
Talented.
At one point, he was saying that he would take requests. I'm like, we have plenty to talk about. I don't think you're gonna have to take your socks off and play video games,
shoes
please.
on. Keep your damn shoes.
Keep your damn shoes on. You knob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But then we got.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say we actually got a late request from somebody that unfortunately we couldn't accommodate it. Somebody emailed Chris to say, "Can I be a part of the panel?" And at this point, we've already coordinated with Dan, who is probably more occupied than I could imagine at this point. And it was just like, it's like if we knew who you were and it wasn't 10 days out from the show, then we might try and do something. But it's just like we just couldn't. We didn't want to like muddy the water between Dan and us, because I know that kind of isn't super keen on YouTube personalities because he's had some bad experiences, and so we don't want to sully that and like not have this be a thing in future years.
Yeah, I watched your video from last year that you sent out. I rewatched it, and I noted. I think I rewatched it. Where did I see this? They had the same panel last year. Midwest YouTubers, right?
Yes, it was different guys.
It was different, but Church was in it, and
Church and Chris was in it.
Yeah.
And then Grimsey was kind of steamrolled everybody, and they all admit it now, that he kind of just I think he saw that people were nervous about it, and he just kind of just ran with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they kind of had it was nice to have somebody with some clout, but he also is a bit of an aggressive personality, is what my understanding is.
Well, yeah, he practically, as I understand it, stalked the Game Chasers.
He pretty much invited himself to Texas,
Yeah. Anyway, okay, that's fine. That sounds good. Okay,
but
so you guys were talking about.
But like,
sorry.
I lost it.
You were talking about Friday and Saturday night.
Or you're talking about the Midwest panel too. Maybe meeting the people from them, or
that's why I asked.
I mean, we'll run into them. People. Yeah, there's some other guys. Cartridge Fun. I don't know if you haven't heard of him recently. Vigigamer. He's from North Dakota. Be there. Back in the Day Gamer. Captain Algebra.
I don't know him.
Captain Algebra. That sounds like a real video game player name.
Captain Algebra.
Was that Yoshi?
I was going to say, is that Yoshi?
No, it's Captain Algebra. You should look him up. He's.
I was going to just.
Uh-oh.
Is he all right?
I wish Chris had left his camera on.
No kidding. Yeah, that would be great. Chris, are you all right over there? What's going on?
Sounds like a struggle.
I want to find him buried under his cartridges.
I think I tore my sack.
All right, he's alive.
You're in one piece.
I was going to say the Friday night thing, if you'll recall, the first night in Barrie, we just hung out and talked for several hours. So I think that'll work again. Yep. Oh, and the other thing is, I don't think Sean is necessarily kidding about. I think he goes to bed fairly early, regularly. Well, he's going to be on Atlantic time as it is.
We'll make sure he sleeps in. We'll make sure because he comes in on Thursday. We'll come sleep in. Sleep in here, buddy.
Yeah, try to get him acclimated to the time change, the new time zone, So he's willing to stay up past 9 on Friday. Because he turned in early that night. We were hanging out with Bills too. I seem to recall.
Well, they also had to drive. Oh wait, no, both nights at Bills he turned in early.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
the second night.
Oh yeah, the second night he had to
drive. Yeah. He had to drive in the morning. So
okay, yeah. Well, I guess that's a good excuse.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you get P1 warmed up to the Central Time Zone.
Yeah, you don't want to being up like 3 a.m. and going to bed at 7 p.m.
Yeah, we don't want that.
What did we get, like 4 hours of sleep a night at Barry?
Barely.
Yeah, it was like 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. We were sleeping barely. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I remember getting back at 3:30 in the morning or something like that.
That was great. All right. Plan on that again.
Yeah, we had to get up early so we could all shower. That's right.
Hey, look, I was just trying to keep the line moving. If I made a mistake, it was the shower mistake.
No, we actually needed it because what Barry's show started at 9 in the morning or 10 in the morning or.
Weren't we late? I mean,
it was McDonald's. McDonald's fault.
Barely.
Yeah, we got McDonald's and then ice and the bag of ice too.
Oh, the bag of ice.
That whole fiasco.
They thought I was nutty up there. I swear to God. Anyway, yeah, Catherine's never forgiven me. She's hassling me today on Twitter. She's giving me a hard time.
She's in the chat too. She just got here.
She's no fan of mine, I tell you that.
She'll never forget.
No, she won't forget. She won't forgive me for the shower thing.
I have no idea what's happening.
Had to be there, man.
It was just a thing at Barry, and I guess I was too demanding of people. Anyway, good times. Those were good times.
Well, besides your big ice fiasco, I remember because they had bacon.
Was it really a fiasco?
Well, I just remember because you said that's the way you describe it. They looked at you funny because you asked for
well, yeah, I mean, but she was a young girl. She doesn't know any better.
Well, right before you ordered, I ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich, which they had pictured behind her, and she's like, "We don't have that." I'm like, "It's right behind you. It's right there."
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So she
did turn around.
I went to the kiosk.
Yeah, I went to the kiosk.
And I just punched in my own order.
And the kiosk knew about the bagel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I wanted to get ice at the McDonald's. They don't have it. They don't have ice at Canadian McDonald's.
I know this.
Maybe not even all U.S.
I believe you. They do. They do.
Is it all of them?
They do,
I don't
at
know.
least at ours.
We go to one that's off the highway.
Think
Maybe that's why they sell ice, because they're off the highway.
I've never personally bought an ice at McDonald's, but that's because I usually just go to a gas station. Gas stations got those ice bags. So you just go buy it.
Yeah. I walked to the Walmart and got one.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, whatever. The point is that make sure Sean's acclimated, and because we're not going to be getting a lot of sleep.
Yeah,
I predict.
No, we'll be all right.
I don't know if we will. I think it'll be a blast. I'm looking forward to it. I can't believe it's a week and a half away now. 8 days. We're flying. We're flying out a week from Thursday.
Yep.
So I guess we should get
leaving work on Thursday, and that's right. That's what I said during now, but
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
But you're. That's what I said during now. Is that the two of you should be getting ready for Midwest, but a Millennium Falcon and Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I don't know if I can finish. I'd like to finish the Falcon before then, but I don't know. I kind of want to take a break from it too. Anyway,
you guys will do pickups.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, do pickups.
I only have one thing, so I'll just go quickly.
Okay.
I got that 8-bit dude controller. So I only played a little bit of it, but I figured I'd just show the case there with the unboxing, because there's not a whole heck of a lot to it, but it's pretty good so far. As I said, I haven't really played much with it, but it works pretty good on emulators and decently on the Switch. The small sticks would get a lot of getting used to, for playing something like Mario Odyssey. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Cool.
And that was it.
My brother-in-law got one of those for Christmas.
Let's do it next.
Oh, we lost Frantic.
Yeah, you got a phone call.
Oh, yeah, here he goes. Yeah.
He's probably got to go pick up Sierra. I can go.
All right.
Okay. So I got a good price on eBay for this. A lot of this. Hold on. eBay.
Was it one of those coupon days?
No, this I just happened. I was like, you know what? I went to GameStop and I looked through their shelves and I didn't see it, so I was like, let me just look at what is on eBay. And so when you can find this for under $10,
nice.
I jumped. So this reason why it doesn't have, or why it's under $10, is it doesn't have the card for the extra games, which is fine because those have expired. Those codes are no longer good. So it has both discs, which is all that I need from this. If I wanted to get, there's the Origins collection, which is the two PSP ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got this for I think $8.70 plus a couple bucks for shipping.
Cool.
Not too bad. I went to Goodwill and not Goodwill. No thrifting lately. I went to GameStop before I went to go see Ready Player One. I had some spare time because I'd already bought my ticket and picked my seat. So then I was like, well, I'm going to run to GameStop. And so I went and looked, and they were doing 30% off clearance collectibles. And then if you bought this little tote bag, you got another 25% off of whatever that price was. So for what ended up being almost 50% off, I got these.
Oh, is that on the figures? Yeah.
What are those?
Yeah. This. Let me give you some scale here. There's the game.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where'd you get those?
GameStop.
Nice.
Yeah. They were liquidating. And so, yeah, I got this for it was like 10 something. I got that for. And then I picked this up. And you can all laugh at me on this one.
I will.
It's the Omniblade from Mass Effect, the wearable Omniblade.
That's pretty cool.
I'm not. Yeah, I'll put it on when I'm done with all the pickups.
I thought you should say you should just say it's gonna be like a wall piece, and then you can put it on.
It has a stand.
There's no camera on.
Yeah, I just stare in the mirror. No,
like the Star Wars kid.
If it makes you feel any better, I know a guy who got commissioned a custom full metal elite energy blade from Halo.
That'd be cool.
See, I would totally get that. But yeah, it comes with a stand. It's got a little stand. It says Mass Effect on it, but yeah, it.
Wow.
There you go. So it's
nice.
There's $10.
It looks like $10.
Well,
I remember better quality Power Rangers gloves from the 90s.
So then the other thing I got from that GameStop little run is this Pixel Pal of Master Chief. And he popped right in. I thought he would be. I promise. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
But yeah, there it is. But it lights up.
You don't say.
I got that for like $7. Keeping the theme of Square keeps doing these crazy sales. How does Square and Master Chief come together? There was the Play Arts Kai action figure.
Ooh.
For Master Chief from Halo 5. This is normally a $150 figure, and it was down to $37 plus shipping.
Much more reasonable.
Yeah, no kidding. Totally posable. He's got R and his pistol, and I think there's batteries and like a second head that's got the like scarring on the visor. And once I actually open it up, 2 more things. I alluded earlier to having 2 fewer N64 games to go get. This one, no surprise that I should have it in my collection. The box is a little beat up, and I normally box except when the price is great. So I have, for $40, I got
Nice.
complete Ocarina. Now it's a little squishy here, there, but the manual's in good shape, and the cart is in good
squishy action.
A little bit.
Is it the gold cart?
No, that's the gray.
It's the gray cart, but the manual is pretty good. Cart is pretty good, but he had it for $55. I threw him $40 as an offer, and he took it immediately. So I was like, okay, this is probably sat for a while or something. Just people just weren't biting on it, but everything is there. So
where was this? Where'd you find it? A store?
eBay.
Oh, eBay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, best offer.
I rolled the dice. Or best offer. And so then this last one, I used one of those 15% off deals on it. And so I got him to come down to $45, and then I took my 15% off of that. So it came out to about $40. Came with the Universal Game case with some printed cover art, which I won't show you for a second, but there it is. But now I don't have to look for StarCraft 64
Oh,
anymore.
that's a heavy hitter right there.
Yeah.
Heavy hitter.
So
What made you buy that?
$40.
You're not going for a complete, are you?
I like StarCraft.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, okay.
But I wanted StarCraft 64. I like my RTSs.
Oh, okay.
I know it's not a great implementation of an RTS, but it works.
No,
And it was a good price, and I,
Were you searching it out,
worked
or
out
did
well,
you happen
so.
to see it for a good? Or were you just scrolling through stuff?
That was it was on the list, and I'm like, it's the same thing I did with Bucky. I was like, when I heard about that coupon, I was like, I need to knock off something big, but I need to see if I can get it to come to take more off of it, and that's what I did in the case of that.
Was that the one? Was that on Ryan's list?
I
Was
can't.
that one
I
on
don't
Ryan's
think
list,
it.
or did you just have it?
Ryan, do you recall?
Which one was it?
StarCraft.
I have it.
No,
was it on the
list?
Was it on the list of games that you told me?
Actually, it's not a bad game though. I rented it back in the day, and I think it plays fine. Like people, it's probably because you can't move around as fast as you can with the mouse, but it's not like it's really like fast, coming at you like fast. Where I think you're more than capable to move around the screen with the analog stick, and it's not a bad game. Actually, it was one of the ones that I really wanted years ago because I actually enjoyed it when I rented it. So.
Done presenting.
Okay,
cool.
That's everything. But I got my Omniblade back on.
Yeah, I rented StarCraft 64 at the time as well. Did not like it very much, especially since I did play it on the computer at the time. So I had the point of comparison. Did not favor well. And I got another pickup as you were talking. I picked up Zeo Drifter on the eShop sale just now.
Wasn't that like $2.99 or something?
Not here. It was like $5.50, but that's still not bad. I've been wanting to play that game.
Oh, so. I grabbed Thumper and Kamiko.
Yeah.
Thumper's crazy.
Yeah, the other game I'm curious about on here is Snake Pass, because I remember that was a thing for a while.
It's because it was the first Unreal Engine game, right?
Mm-hmm. Is
that why?
What do you mean the first Unreal Engine game? On Switch or?
On Switch, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's because it's on sale on the other systems.
Big deal.
I'm just wondering which it would be best to pick up on. I'll probably just look at a review later of it, see if it matters. It's like $1 cheaper on Xbox than anywhere else, so that might do it. But I also might just skip it for now.
It all adds up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The other thing I mentioned this earlier, is this ring mount for the snowball.
What does a ring mount do?
It's a shock mount, so it's got these rubber bands.
Okay.
So if I mount a collapsible arm or something, I don't have to worry about it. I can move it around, and it shouldn't. The mic shouldn't pick up
I got you.
that movement and stuff.
I get you. Fancy.
Yeah. Plus, it does look fancy.
Yeah, it looks
and
cool.
It came with another one. Like it's got. So this is mine. This is the new one. So now I have a second snowball. If for some reason I horses.
Gotcha.
But this was the important part. This and kind of make up at least most of the cost of what I paid for this. Maybe. Anybody else?
Got nothing.
Yeah, you guys are all exercising better self-control than I am, obviously.
I just didn't find anything, to be honest with you. That's the thing.
I have a few things, but
okay.
Go ahead.
So I think people probably saw this. I think tweeted this out.
Yeah.
It's and then what? Devil's Crush.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I bought a cheap hot air station for I need to recap I have a Sega Nomad I need to recap, so I'll try testing out on that. So that was it.
Okay.
Wow, good stuff.
What was that device that you just held up?
It's basically like it's almost like a blow dryer. It's a hot air station, so it's just very concentrated hot air.
Gotcha.
So it's just for so you can very gently heat up solder joints. I think Yoshi has one. So
okay, I didn't know if that was a solder sucker or what. I don't know my electronics equipment.
I have one of those too.
The only time I held a soldering iron, I burnt myself. So
Never again.
There's people that hold. Yeah, you're not supposed to hold the metal part, the hot metal part.
Like that picture. Yeah.
No, like it slipped. It slipped, and I tried to catch it, and I caught the iron.
Oh well, I've burned myself a million times.
Should have just let it fall. Like I should have just jumped out of the way, just let it happen. But stupid reflexes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. I may have to see if Yoshi's. I think he said he might be doing work, like some modding. I think after the semester's over, so I might have to get him to fix my PC, my PC Engine Duo R. But so we'll see how he feels, because he sounds like he's not happy right now.
Yeah, talk to him after he gets out of school.
Yeah.
He likes modding, just not crazy stuff, if you will. So
yeah, I think for him it'd be pretty routine.
Yeah. I think he's done a bunch of those. Not a bunch of those, but like he's worked with a lot of like turbo stuff. NEC.
I thought about talking. I think I emailed Voltaire, and I probably won't use him because he charges a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he does as a deterrent because he gets so many requests.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of I don't know. He's
talk with
Yoshi.
Guy. Talk with Yoshi. He'll help you out. Just be patient with him.
Yeah,
he's done all my work for me. So, and Yoshi does really good work.
Yeah,
he did my Master System too.
He's done my Omega 64, as I like to call it. You know, does it out because it does it all.
Oh, yeah. You can actually put the RGB board and the HDMI.
And he did that
board
for me.
In the same console.
Yep. So I can do those HD Retrovision cables then to my CRT, and I can use the HDMI port to the capture card if I want.
Mm-hmm.
It does it simultaneous. You don't have to worry about switching back and forth.
I remember using OBS when we did the charity stream. I had to output that thing to another monitor just because there's so much delay.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for the fast Twitch sort of NES games, just does not work.
The N64 HDMI one was really good though for me. When I did it for the first charity stream.
I have that too. It's really nice. I put it in myself. It wasn't too bad. But then I saw how much it went for on eBay. I was like, I didn't only sunk a few $100s into this, and it goes for $400. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna I kept it.
You know, we could do a brewery tour on Friday. I don't know if everyone was down for it. We could do it before dinner.
I mean, for whatever.
It's all depending on how everything lines up and when everyone comes in out, though, I think.
Well, it sounds like everyone's going to be getting there, except for Dean.
I think he's the straggler. I think he's coming at like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's 50, so
I
don't have a problem going to get him.
I think
that's fine with me.
I think Scott and I are going to be dragging because we're going to get in so damn early. Or we're going to have to be getting up so early and then getting there pretty early.
Oh, and you
I
go
think
back
I'm flying
an hour too.
Yeah, I think I'm flying out at 6 in the morning and getting there at like 9. So
yeah. I mean, that's great that you basically get your full day there, but
you're also not going to have to worry, though. Like I said, with Milwaukee, flying out of Milwaukee, you're not going to have to worry about, like, I mean, granted, I always get there 2 hours early, but I'm usually, every time I've been there, I've never waited way long in security to get past it, as opposed to, like, flying out of, like, Orlando or New York or Chicago where I'm there. You have to be there 2 hours guaranteed to make sure you get to your plane. Milwaukee, you can almost be there within an hour, and you'll be fine.
I think even when I flew out of Portland, that had a pretty long line.
That was a pretty long line there the morning for me too, but should be interesting though.
Yeah, I've only been to like one restaurant in Milwaukee, and I think the waterfront, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Well,
I was gonna suggest, because I know they always try to have like, what's the name of that sub place is always there?
Cousins?
No, it's not Cousins. It's that other hot sub place or something like that. Jersey Mike's. There's always like Jersey Mike's as a sponsor, and I was gonna suggest. There's a couple of restaurants around there, and they're fine, but they're expensive because there's downtown Milwaukee. It's like steakhouses and everything. Like if you're at the Hilton, right, Chris?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so there's Chop House. That's an expensive steakhouse restaurant. And Capitol Grill, which is across the street from the convention, which is also right by you. That's probably one of the best steakhouses in Milwaukee. Granted, it's a chain, but honestly, it's probably the best ribeye I've ever had in my life. I doubt you're gonna go get steaks. But across the street from you also is Grand Avenue Mall, and there's a food court in there. So I was to suggest to people, if you want to go for lunch, let's go with there because there's so many choices to choose from. Basically, it's I think a 2-floor food court. So I think it'd be a better choice than probably and cheaper choice than eating at the convention, and it's right across the street. So.
Yeah, I try not to eat in the convention center. It's usually like cafeteria food.
Everything is cheaper than a convention for food.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Whatever, like what nachos and a pretzel or something like that,
Yeah, or hot dogs.
Well, like last year, I came with a bunch of granola bars. I kept myself stocked, and then I just didn't. I think we went to Five Guys for lunch or something, or like late lunch.
I think
one thing we missed because me and my buddy Jim usually hit up Qdoba every time we go to those conventions, but this year it's not gonna be the case anymore. I don't think there's a Qdoba at Grand Avenue Mall. Check.
I think
Grand Avenue Mall.
I think I must have walked like 20 miles when I was in PRGE because I was trying to not eat in the convention center.
Well, like at Portland, there's a few restaurants nearby. Like there's the Denny's and there's Burgerville, and we found that there's a Taco Bell there. So Dean got to try Taco Bell for the first time in his life when I was in heaven.
Yeah, I remember those tweets. And it's funny.
Oh, he was just like, I'm starving, because I was like, we're gonna eat in 4 hours. He's like, I'm starving so much right now. I was like, all right, let's go to Taco Bell. Get some Taco Bell in your life.
Yeah, I guess they don't have that in Banff.
No. I'm talking with them. It's because they have like the only one that's there is like McDonald's because they're grandfathered in.
Because he's in like a resort town, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a tourist trap. So.
I mean, it's beautiful. It's just like you said.
Mm-hmm. You can only be like mom and pop shops there. So.
This controller is working really good for Zeo Drifter.
Ooh. Guess what, guys? There is a Qdoba in Grand Avenue Mall, so we're set.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap.
I'm trying to think. I think I've only ever eaten at that Qdoba once.
It's good stuff.
Hey, get yourself a nice burrito filled to the gills, The way I like to describe it is a nice soiled diaper, just big,
That's lovely.
That's what they look like.
I was confused with filled to the gills with a burrito, and then you dropped that bomb.
There's my favorite is when you can get it, you overfill it, and the person is not probably a pro wrapper, so it busts open. So they're like, "Do you want us to rewrap it or double wrap it?" And I say, "Double wrap it." So.
Like, just throw a giant Band-Aid on there of another tortilla.
So
nice. Just looking at gameplay of one of the games I want on my list. Odama.
Oh yeah, I bought that a couple years ago.
So just as a side note, sorry, Yod.
I was gonna say it's not an expensive game. I'm kind of surprised that complete with the mic and everything, it's like $15. Like
yeah,
that seems like one that's gonna at some point will be like, I don't know, desirable. Finding it with all its pieces will be desirable, I suppose.
Yeah, I agree.
But now you were saying?
Yeah, I was just going to bring up, just as a side note, I started watching Silicon Valley. I mentioned that on the Discord, but I know a couple of you guys watched that.
I watched it.
Excellent show.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I usually don't watch that many comedies, but I watched through season 3 and I picked up season 4, but I haven't had time to watch it yet. But yeah, I'm actually surprised that I don't hate T.J. Miller in it.
Yeah,
He's really good. Ehrlich?
Yeah, Ehrlich Buckman. Yeah. That show
Mike Judge just writes fantastic stuff. Like,
yeah,
King of the Hill is, drastically underrated. It's honestly, I remember I couldn't stand it at first, like when it first debuted, and then like I came back in the last couple seasons, and actually it was really good in those last couple years. I kind of always wanted to go back and try it again from the beginning, just because it was honestly like I didn't give it a fair shake, and then he did a really good job with that show.
Well, I kind of get the impression that you either like his brand of humor or you don't.
He did Beavis and Butthead too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But if you hear him talk, his first job was actually working in Silicon Valley. So, and he dropped it. He dropped it because his uncle taught him how to do animation. So he hated working.
I think doesn't he have like a math degree or something? I think he does.
Explain with him being a programmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but HBO is frustrating because I have no idea how I'm going to be able to watch season 5.
The internet.
Yeah, because it's going to be done like by near the end of May, so I might as well wait and just for the set to drop. Because the way HBO works is, well, for one, they're like the one company. If you want to dark web their stuff, they're probably going to go after you. But they've set it up in such a way that in Canada, at least, in order to get HBO, like their streaming service here, it's more expensive per month than just buying a box set of whatever show you want to watch. Because you have to have the cable plan, and at minimum it's like $25-$30 for like the most basic of basic cable plans, and then another $20 for HBO. And then you have to probably spend another $20 for the streaming service. It's ridiculous. So like, they're the ones that I would not feel bad dark webbing from, but they're probably the ones that are most likely to go after you for doing that. So I'm just like, it's not worth it at all. I only watch a couple shows. If I really want to watch it, I'll just pay for the damn thing. I don't care.
I haven't started this season yet.
It's only 2 episodes in.
Okay. That'll be interesting. I mean, they wrote Bachman off of the
spoilers.
Yeah, don't worry. I already got that spoiled for me because I was telling my mom about how I started watching it, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I heard that he got written off that show." I'm like, "Thanks. I'm in the middle of season 3, you jackass."
I didn't know that either.
I guess he wanted to leave from the beginning, basically, like after the first season, and they couldn't do anything with him. Like they're like, no, because he didn't get along with the showrunner. So that's why like he wanted to leave right away, and eventually I think they finally found an opportunity to get rid of him. So
yeah, it seems like they kept trying to write him out, but nothing worked. Because I can definitely get that impression now.
Jin Yang.
I think he's just. I mean, I don't know if he was like fan favorite or what. Like, I'm not sure.
I don't know, but I always like Guilfoyle and Dinesh.
Yep.
Yeah,
they're great. Well, Richard's great too. I mean, the whole cast is great, so that's what makes the show good.
Rigby.
His
Rigby,
T.J. Miller's character in Ready was pretty funny.
Which character?
He is in Ready Player One.
Oh, okay.
But I realize now that Ryan and I are the only two who have seen it, so I'm not going to say too much more.
My only question that I don't care about having spoiled for me, because I know they replaced it from the book, does Leopardon show up at all? The Spider-Man mech?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That's probably
Not
a
that
weird
we could
license
see,
to
right?
get, if anything else.
Well, yeah, if it was, I didn't see it.
Yeah, because that was originally the main guy's mech, and they replaced it with Iron Giant in this one, right?
That's H's vehicle.
I don't know. I just heard a thing about that.
The Iron Giant is there, but it's not Parzival's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Eh.
It's his buddy's vehicle.
Okay, I think I have my suspicions about which one Parzival would use then. But I won't pry into that just for the sake of spoilers.
Okay. I liked it. I encourage people to go see it.
There are so many movies coming out right now. I am probably not going to get to that until home video. Which kind of sucks.
It is a visual masterpiece. Like, I mean, like, it is stunning. There's just so much going on, though.
I wouldn't say that much. Yeah, I didn't think the CGI was very good in this movie. I don't think
the CGI was good because I feel like you had to delineate. Like, you couldn't have photorealism.
Yeah, it's a freaking MMO.
Because I don't know.
It's an MMO. It's a VR MMO. Like,
yeah.
Think about that.
I wasn't a fan of the CG in this movie personally. I didn't like how it looked.
There's so much that was happening though that I need another viewing to catch it all again and to make sure that things that I saw, like
kind of
there's some
Last
very
Jedi syndrome.
There's some very pleasant, like, ones that get some decent screen time that I was very happy to see. And wasn't expecting either, which I thought was nice.
Yeah, it sounds like kind of like Last Jedi syndrome, where you kind of have to watch it again to get it to sink in.
I mean, I think I'm set on where I stand with the story and everything. I went in not expecting that it would be the book. There's just no way.
Yeah, no way, no.
You know, I saw somebody I follow on saying that he hasn't gone to see the movie yet, but he's not sure if he even wants to because he liked the book so much. And to me, it's like, if you can't separate those things, then you might as well just not watch it. Like, don't
they're different mediums.
Force yourself to go see it. But if you can understand that the premise is still there and just let the movie be the movie, I liked it.
Yeah, it's a pretty basic premise outside of the setting and the references.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I heard somebody say it should be like a 4-part series. Like, it should be like 8 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you could have done it as a mini series, or you could have done it as a single series, a single season show, and really let some of the stuff simmer, you could have gotten some really cool stuff. But for a 2-hour movie that, like, yeah, there's some stuff that didn't play great. There's one scene, Ryan, you had commented on a specific scene that you thought was just kind of totally out of place, and I kind of agree with you, but I don't know. It didn't break the movie for me.
The other thing there is, you probably, if they did do it as a miniseries, they probably wouldn't have been able to get Spielberg to do it.
Yeah.
Which would have made it much harder to fund, and people would have been much less interested in seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because other than like gaming and other like big 80s media people that are aware of the book, half of the audience probably only saw this because, like, oh, Spielberg.
Well, they were pretty heavy with advertising it that way.
Yeah. And that's probably why it got advertised so much.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, I must be going to all the wrong planets in Zeo Drifter because I'm getting my ass handed to me.
Eric, do you have all the amiibo you're ever gonna want now, or are you?
Oh, I don't know. I'm trying not to collect any. I did want to get all of the Super Smash, and I am missing some. And I guess I kind of kept hoping. One of the ones I'm missing is a Toys R Us exclusive. So kind of out of luck on that one. Well, they haven't had it. Yeah, they haven't had it in stock for a long time. And
I thought GameStop eventually got it too. Like I think that was only like it wasn't a permanent exclusive. I think I've seen it before at GameStop, like new. You got re-released.
Am I on mute?
No.
No.
Oh, it says I'm on mute here. Which one are you referring to, Ryan?
Ike from Fire Emblem? Is that
no, I have that. I'm missing Bowser Jr.
He was a Toys R Us exclusive.
I thought it was. He's one I'm missing. I'm missing Cloud 2. I think there's one other one I'm missing, but yeah, I'm kind of trying to. I didn't buy the Breath of the Wild. What are they? The Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Those new one. Those I bought the first series, but I gotta stop. That Pikachu I have no interest in. So depending. If some new ones come out, and maybe if I can find some of the Super Smash ones that I'm missing, I'll grab them. But
how tall is that Pikachu one? The Detective Pikachu one?
I don't know. I've never seen one in real life. I've only seen pictures.
He's like 2.5 times the height of the normal one, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's big. It's not Mega Yarn Yoshi big though.
I thought I'd give to one of those with the is it the Dark Souls one or the
Solaire?
The praise was the
that's the Solaire is his name.
Yeah, I think my friends really likes that. It's really into that series.
I think everybody knows somebody who's like that.
My brother-in-law. My brother-in-law is the one who got me a Bloodborne for Christmas. I think it's still sealed. I haven't had a chance to yet. No, like I want Cloud player one Cloud and player one Bayonetta. I don't know that I need the. If I get the play out, I probably it wouldn't be a horrible idea, but it's not Squall. If he was Squall, then it would be entirely another story. But why would they put him in this?
I don't know. I just beat him.
Who was it? Who was it? That video that we were talking about earlier, where the Guardians got suggested as possible Smash characters?
Oof.
Or did I hear that somewhere else?
Different thing.
I think Sean might have told me and you that or something like that. That he heard that. No, actually, I heard it yesterday at the cookout that they said that was like someone.
Okay, so
he was voted number. The Goron,
somebody else.
The Goron from Breath of the Wild was voted like the top guy wanted in Smash Brothers. That's what I thought I heard.
I think they should have all four.
One Guardian. I thought you meant like the Spider Guardian things.
Oh no, that'd be just mean.
Yeah, that would be like having the Sentinel in the Marvel vs. Capcom games.
Yeah, that would be pretty cruel. But no, to have all four of them as a selectable, like I don't know if you could. They would each be so unique that you couldn't just skin it.
Yeah. They might be able to justify putting all four in there just because of how many amiibos they would be able to sell for it, though.
Yeah. Wait, for plot, I get 4 amiibo.
It's either you, in my opinion, you either do it like you can skin them like you did for the Koopa Kids and Bowser Jr., or you don't do it, because I'm not a fan of having lots of characters from the same series in Smash Brothers. I want more characters from more series is what I want, basically. I don't need
wider
to see...
portfolio.
Yes, especially from the same game. I don't want 4 characters, let alone Breath of the Wild Link is probably gonna be the Link in there. Yeah,
they might be able to do skins.
And you'll get Zelda, you'll Toon Link, probably.
Sheik, yeah, Princess Zelda, Ganondorf.
I mean, you kind of have to have everybody who's come up to this. Oh, yeah, Ganon, totally. I still think Mike from Star Tropics is perfect.
You just have him swap with the character from Earthbound.
Yeah, I mean, like he's got the yo-yo.
Yeah,
see him red hair.
Yeah, I mean, just stretch him out a little, like make him not chibi or whatever.
Chibi.
Not chibi.
Yeah, I think the
Chibi-ish.
definition of chibi for P2 is just art styles he doesn't like.
Yeah.
If he doesn't like it, it's chibi.
I got the feeling Crash is definitely going to be in this game too. So after the trilogy got announced for Switch, I got a funny feeling he's going to be in there.
That'll be funny. The Crash and Sonic and Mario fighting.
You just need Master Chef in there.
I mean, why not? Like, well, let's do it. Like, that would be awesome. Are you kidding?
I don't know how you do it without just being him being a spammer. I mean, like, that's the thing is.
I mean, who could he be? I mean, he's got equipment in 3. From Halo 3 on, he's got, like, bubble shield he can drop. You could work it in. I'm just trying to think if there's a comparison that would work.
I'm sure
it's like Fox or Falco almost kind of.
I'm sure, honestly, Rare or Microsoft probably willing to put the Battletoads in there because they love putting them in everything now, as opposed to giving them their own game, or Banjo-Kazooie, because it's their property. I mean, like that probably more likely a Microsoft character.
They said they would be in, or like they alluded to the fact that they'd be cool with letting Banjo be in.
But that means they would have to have a game coming somewhere down the road. That's the only thing you can think of that they have to get a game, because after Ryu got announced, he got Ultra Street Fighter 2 for the Switch, and then now they're getting the Capcom collection, because that version of Ultra Street Fighter 2 outsold like the last 3 versions of like every fighting game that Capcom's put out. So they had no choice but to put that 30th anniversary collection on the Switch.
But Cloud still hasn't been.
That's
with the exception of Theatrhythm, Cloud has yet to be on.
I got a funny feeling that's getting announced. That's gonna happen. I got a funny feeling that 7's, because Square's gonna want to put on as many consoles as possible. You know.
Did you just call it Theatrhythm?
Theatrhythm, yeah.
Theater rhythm.
Tea-tree.
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 Tree stars.
I get that feeling, because it's just, that's what it is. That the only way they guarantee the characters get appear in the game is if Nintendo's getting some kind of money down the road coming in,
Yeah, because otherwise they're advertising someone else's property.
Yeah, why put them in there if you're not, getting something to sell on your console? So, Cloud's coming. He'll probably be in the next Smash too. Just a matter of time when Square has yet to really talk anything about Final Fantasy VII, Because did they announce? I thought they said something. I don't know if Kingdom Hearts 3 got announced for Switch, but something. One of their big RPG games got announced for it. Maybe besides Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest, there's like.
I mean, they've got Lost Sphere. They have Octopath. Put the Octopath guys in there. There you go. All 8 of them.
No, I want real characters in this game, not this new crap. Established franchises here.
Simon
Belmont, I would love to have in the game.
That could work.
Have like a whip. That'd be cool.
Because Samus has a whip, kind of.
Yep. So does Sheik a little bit, but it's mostly just like to get back to the platform. So it's like a slight grab too. It's not the longest grab. Yeah, just I want Simon Belmont. I want him throwing crosses. Yeah, Ice Climber's gonna come back. I know they're pretty much gonna come back. I would love Snake, but from what I heard, the reason why Snake was in Brawls because Mashed Potatoes Sakurai was friends with Kojima, and after how Kojima left Konami, that I'm pretty sure that why would they do that? I could see Bomberman being the Konami person because Bomberman are but
I just feel like Bomberman doesn't lend itself to be a very interesting character to me.
Yeah, because he basically uses a power-up that everyone else is going to be able to use.
I can see it, though. I don't know. I would love to see Master Higgins more than a lot of them, too.
Oh, that could be cool.
Doing a skateboard.
Or Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy could be, yeah.
That would work.
Have him shapeshift.
I think Master Higgins better. He's got the
Shantae.
Shantae could be a possibility in there, too.
Yeah, that could work.
And Shovel Knight.
They really should play up
I
the
feel like
indie
Shovel
thing.
Knight's a shoe-in. The indie thing would be it'd be a smart move for them to heavily. There you go. On the indie stuff.
Yeah, because that's what's selling on the Switch.
Mm-hmm. Shantae, Shovel Knight. Who else? Those are the two kind of ones that have some staying power for right now. Ukulele would work. Almost be better off having Banjo.
Yeah, I think Banjo would be the bigger pull for them. And Microsoft's even said I think Microsoft said basically they have no idea what to do with Banjo right now, that they're open for other people making the Banjo game.
I mean, that'd be the good guy move.
Yeah. Give it to Platonics. Just let them make it.
Yeah. Get full gore and Smash.
You more likely gonna get what's it called? What's his face from the? You're not gonna get full gore.
I know.
You get the Arbiter.
I mean, I would love to see every character, one representative from every fighting game franchise, all the big ones. That'd be cool. So what's his face? What's the guy with the blade? Killer Instinct, driving me nuts there.
With the blade?
Yeah, Jago. It'd probably be Jago more than anything.
Well, you were talking about him being a shoe-in for Soul Calibur.
Yeah, I think he'd be the perfect Microsoft representative too, for the Microsoft exclusive.
Yeah. Literally anybody from Tekken other than Heihachi.
Yeah. I think Heihachi would be a fun one for Smash Brothers too. Put him in there. There's because I think he was he might have been one of the skins that they had for the Mii's or something like that. I think for the last version of Smash.
With the hair?
Yeah.
But isn't he the most boring choice from Tekken?
Probably. But he's probably the biggest face representative, right? He's always on the covers, right?
I mean, they could do King.
Trying to remember the name of the guy from Virtual Fighter with the who was in there too for the skin choices. I would love Scorpion, but it'd be more likely Sub-Zero for Mortal Kombat.
In Smash?
Yeah. I would love it.
Do Raiden. You could probably do Raiden. That's a little bit less
violent.
I want. Well, see, the thing is, everyone knows who Sub-Zero is. Basically, he's more of a face than Raiden is.
Yeah.
You know. You just all you can't do is just rip people's heads off. That's all. But he can freeze people. That could be like one of his attacks. You know, freeze attack. And because I always wanted a Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter game. I always wanted something like that. Like, and that's kind of like giving. That's all opportunity. Like, I mean, that's basically what Smash is, right? Like, what would happen with if Sonic fought Mario, or Ryu fighting Sub-Zero, and
Death Battle, the video game.
It's supposed to be like the first game. It even shows it as a toy box, where it's a kid going in his toy box and play with his toys. I mean, that's essentially what Smash Brothers is. I would play with my Ghostbuster toys with my Ninja Turtle toys. So that's essentially what Smash Brothers is. So it makes it a great game.
Just trying to look through my list of wants and see if there's anything that would fit.
Klonoa would be cool, sort of.
Unless there's a new Klonoa game coming out.
Could reignite some interest for Klonoa. The last major releases for that franchise were on Nintendo consoles.
Yeah.
What about Ryu Hayabusa?
Ninja Gaiden?
Yep. It's been on Nintendo platforms. He would be representation from Dead or Alive. And a throwback to NES. You could do an alternate NES skin for him.
But wasn't he just like a guest character in Dead or Alive?
Yeah.
You need to have an established character from Dead or Alive series. So you need to give him
that's where you can bring in your
lemon from.
You can bring in your Master Chief there.
Master Chef.
Just get the chef from Burger Time in there.
There you go. What's his name? Isn't it something like
Peter Peppers?
Yeah, that's right.
Cubert? Do you fit Cubert in there somehow?
This maybe is a background piece or a level, maybe.
He could be an assist trophy.
Mm-hmm.
The I don't know his name, but the guy from Lego City Undercover. Because why not?
I'm just trying to. I haven't played Lego City Undercover.
I mean, just because that's like.
I would like him to calm. I would honestly like him to calm down on the Fire Emblem series. They put like 8 in the last one basically, and I understand it does incredibly well in Japan and it sells well here, but I don't think we need 8 representatives from Fire Emblem and Smash Brothers. So you can calm down on that. You can chop 2 guys off that list, even if it means losing my main. I'm fine with it.
What about Toad? Can Toad fight for himself this time?
People really like Toad that much?
Fine, Toadette.
They could really shake it up by doing, God, what's his freaking name? Gino from RPG. Mario RPG.
I would
like a Square character in there, other than Cloud.
I think Nintendo knows.
I think Square character for you.
What?
Box Boy.
I think Nintendo even knows it too. Like they could always make it, or it probably is even in production. But like a Super Smash Brothers Mario Kart, I think people would go nuts for it too. I think that's easy money for them.
Basically, like Sega Ultra Racing, but
yeah.
I mean, they teased it with that one trailer, basically.
I mean, isn't that kind of what Mario Kart is?
But it's mostly just Mario characters, right? And then they just added like Link, and they added
Villager.
And Villager. That's about it.
Mm.
Otherwise, you get like Dry Bones, Bowser.
Isn't Isabelle in there too?
Yeah, and the newer one. Yeah.
Yeah, you got
Animal
Donkey
Crossing.
Kong in there. You've got this.
Yeah. Thanks, Josh, for reminding me. ARM's character is more likely going to be in there. That's correct. They are not giving up on that franchise. They are like trying their damnedest to make sure that the game gets like some support.
But yeah, you could totally do Toad and Toadette as ice climbers.
Yeah.
Like as a team.
Or they have ice climbers though. It's enough.
Minecraft Steve.
That makes sense.
Probably you'd just be like a rip off of like probably like Villager. Probably. You could build stuff up, or how Villager plants a tree, waters it, and then cuts it down, you know. Traps a bowling ball. Try to do something like that for Minecraft. I just like to see. I understand with the Mario franchise because there's so many characters, but like, I don't need Rosalina. I know people like Rosalina, but cut her out. Get her out. There's so many Pokemon too. Cut it back on the Pokemon. I'm sorry. I don't need like 10 Pokemon characters in Smash Brothers. Get your Pikachu.
Like before Smash 4, who really knew what Greninja was?
Exactly. Get her gone. You know.
I mean, the original game had freaking Jigglypuff in it.
Yeah. The Jigglypuff. Everyone knows who Jigglypuff is.
Sure.
Just put Pikachu, Jigglypuff, and maybe Charmander or Charizard. There you go. Maybe Mewtwo, but I don't even think Mewtwo's that great.
Ooh, Josh just mentioned Mario Odyssey Mario. What if he had Cappy?
No, that I could see that complete. You know, that could be a thing where like Mario always for Smash Brothers has like his like previous things. Like he's got that stupid hose thing from Flood from Sunshine.
Blood.
So I'm sure they can incorporate something like that. Same thing with Breath of the Wild Link, where they can incorporate some of his things, maybe his glider or
bow.
Yeah.
How would Cappy work though?
Probably just like he does in Smash. Nope, in Odyssey.
I'm sure he can use it as. I'm sure he can use it as like I'm sure he can use it as a recovery, probably, where you could throw it and then jump on it to bounce back. See that probably being like a side B attack or something like that. You could probably knock someone back with Cappy, probably too. Be like,
yeah, it would make Kirby a little jealous, maybe.
Just looking at the previous Smash rosters here. I'm fine with making Dark Pit and Pit just the skin. No need to change them. Just skin them. That's what. They were barely different to begin with the last time. The only thing is, Dark Pit had a stronger side B, and Pit had a stronger up B. That's the only like real difference in that game. Oh, and the arrows shot differently, but that's about it.
Josh says Labo guy.
I mean, we got Wii Fit Trainer. That's got to happen.
That can go. Wii Fit Trainer can leave. Not welcome back.
But whoever did that mock-up of, the guy who's got the Joy-Con attached to his back, that was pretty good.
Yeah, what was the Play and Watch character that would act
Game and Watch?
Game and Watch. That would be kind of similar.
Yeah.
I think. But for Wii Fit Trainer, I think they can only have one character in yoga pants per franchise, so they've already got Zelda in there.
Yeah, I imagine new Zelda's probably gonna be back.
Yep.
Thing again, I don't know. The old Zelda had more of like options with her ability to glide and everything, but you didn't see really too much of that in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, this would be an amalgam of all the different versions and change skins.
I'm fine. I think we mentioned before too with it being a service too, just to get it out there where like they could do like, just do season packs basically with Smash Brothers. Just keep giving me more. Just keep giving me more. Release it with 20, next 20, 20 after that.
That could be interesting too, where you could have it be the service thing, and you have the option to either buy the characters in game or use their amiibos.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Yeah, so like if you already own the amiibo for that character, you don't have to buy the character in game.
That'd be nice. That would definitely see people out after buying the characters too.
Yeah, they'd made more money off the amiibos from that choice than they would from selling the game itself.
Yeah, like let's say you sell the characters for $5 each, or you can buy the amiibo at $12 basically, and you get the characters.
Essentially. That makes much more sense for them now.
That honestly makes more sense.
Get that man a check right now.
Well, that also will force people to open the packages too.
Yeah,
people will be buying double for that purpose, you know, like Eric.
Yeah.
Or if they want to keep their amiibo sealed, they can just buy the character in game.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So people will be, you know, paying 15 or something. That's a pretty good idea.
I do not get the weapon choices
because honestly, what I didn't like what they did last time. Were like, oh, you can train your amiibos. I'm like, who cares? Yeah. Why would I want to train? That sounds so dumb, stupid.
Yeah, make the amiibos actually useful.
I could play 8-player Smash by myself.
No, you may not. I don't like that idea. Buy the amiibo so you can either
they would all learn to fight against me better.
I like that idea, but Nintendo probably won't think of that one. They'll probably just go back to the stupid, you can level up your amiibo.
I mean, you could do both.
Yeah. I imagine Smash is going to be the big Nintendo reveal this year for E3. I think that's going to be the big prominent game, especially if you're doing that Smash tournament again. Like they did last year, or like before the last Smash Brothers, they had that thing where they all showed it off, and eventually there was like a winner and everything. The Smash Invitational.
Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't see why you couldn't use your amiibo to unlock the character in Smash, like I already said, and then they level up the more you use that amiibo. And you could have the character you're not using come in as an assist character. You can just put another amiibo in.
Mm-hmm.
Or something. I don't know how amiibos work. I really don't care. But I just think that's a smart business idea. Because it's basically a microtransaction at that point.
Mm-hmm. I mean, isn't that what they did? Isn't that what they did with Mario Maker? Where any amiibo you made, basically you can then use them in the game?
Probably.
Yeah, they made you scan each of them to get the sprite art for them.
So if you want to play a Sonic in the Mario game, you had to scan the Sonic amiibo.
But yeah, that would make so much more money versus just selling the base game.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna you're gonna have to make sure before you release it that you have a ton of those amiibos in stores.
Yeah. Or you could sell both. Like you could have the free version to download and do the amiibo thing, or you could just go out and buy all the characters unlocked on the disc.
People are gonna be pissed if they can't get the amiibos because then they'll be waiting on the characters. People are gonna be pissed. Then again, Nintendo doesn't care about that stuff either. But okay, you'll get it eventually, or you can pay a gajillion dollars from a scalper.
Yeah, or you can buy it digitally for $5 or something.
No one would do that. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's just like
smart people. Smart people would.
Yeah.
Nintendo fans, on the other hand.
Yeah. I mean, if you dropped them five characters at a time, it's like I can spend $60 or I can spend $25.
Yeah, like the seasons in Killer Instinct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Almost every fighting game does it. It's because they don't sell. Granted, Smash is a different story. Mm-hmm. Fighting games don't sell like they used to, and this way you can continuously have money coming into your, it essentially keeps your franchise alive because people keep coming back to try out these new characters.
Yeah.
Well, it also helps justify, like, if you look at the Overwatch, constantly analyzing the meta and how the game is being played and how all the little changes that they're making have an impact on the greater thing. It's like, if you are constantly adding new characters, you have to be analyzing that stuff constantly.
I know they patched it a lot. The last Smash Bros. Got patched. Every time there was a new character addition, there was patching where there's balances that were coming through.
Yeah. But you could always like hold off on a disc version and do that as like the Ultimate Edition, kind of like Killer Instinct did too. So like after a year or two, you could just buy the physical thing that has all the characters in it.
But I think Nintendo could milk this into like a 5-year thing, basically. Like every year you get 6 more characters or 5 more, you know. And that way they could spend more time crafting their characters, getting them all nice and ready, you know, and balancing them, you know. So I could totally see that, and then release it with stages. I mean, that's what they were doing last time. Like the last 6 characters, I think, something like that. Were for $30, you got the 3 additional stages plus 6 characters, you know. Or you buy the Omega pack, so you got like the Mii skins. Get rid of the stupid Mii characters, Nintendo. I'm so sick and tired of the Mii characters. I hate people that play as Mii characters in Mario Kart. Sorry, all Mii lovers. I just hate it. I was like, they're not a Mario character. You're just some stupid person with a helmet on.
Were you just complaining about how it's all Mario characters in Mario Kart?
Well, I hate. Yeah, but that's the point. It's Mario Kart, okay?
Yeah,
I'm just saying, it's like, why throw a stupid Mii character in? And they've done it in Smash Bros. Too. Like, Nintendo loves that stupid Mii character, and I hate it. I think I did one race online where it was just everyone was a Mii character, and I was just like Wario, and I was like, this sucks, you know. But do you think we get Metroid Prime 4 revealed this year too, or no?
I put in my bet already.
Yep, November 9th. At least that's when it has to happen.
I hope they say something about it at E3. If they don't, then it ain't coming, right?
Yeah, they've got to.
Eric, have you played all 3
Primes? Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've played the first one multiple times, and I think I've only played the second and third once each.
I still need to play 3.
I could also see a HD remastered coming out of that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool. I would definitely buy that. Rebuy that one.
Then you can get a non-motion control version of 3.
Yeah.
And you get the widescreen and all that from the first 2 of the trilogy on Wii. And of course there's the Joy-Cons and all that, so you can still have the choice of using the motion if you want to. Man, this controller's nice. I kind of forgot I was using it. Granted, I'm using the D-pad and not the analog sticks, but still. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Well, I mentioned this earlier, and it was just me and Fitnat. I'm contemplating my 2DS.
Selling it?
No.
Yeah, I think
really?
So.
You're done with the whole library, or you're just done with the 2DS?
I think I'm just done. I mean, I never got into the 3DS library at all. So right now it's at that point where it's like, if I'm going to play something portably, it's going to be my Switch. And I don't know. Yeah. There's just...
You were going to play Link Between Worlds. Never going to play.
I mean, I don't want to say never, but any rush to do it? And I could wait 3 years, 4 years, and have all these new 2DS or new 3DS XLs or one of the really nice collector's editions come down to a reasonable price, less than what I could make off of this one right now, and and then maybe do it at that point. But like I just don't use it. It doesn't get. I basically just charge it up, put a case, and let it run its battery down because I'm just not using it.
All right.
I don't have much for it, and that's the one thing. It's like, because one of the things I have is this returns, and it's like, I don't know.
Oh, that's fun. I love the 3DS. I think it's a great system.
Well,
You got that like a year ago, right?
Yeah, it came out in July.
Yeah.
It came out 3 weeks after I got my Switch. And granted, I didn't really start picking up Steam. I didn't start picking up Steam with the Switch until maybe about a month and a half ago, when I had games for it and like finally got a memory card for it. But yeah, like I don't bring my 2DS with me. I bring my Switch with me, like wherever I go, and I rarely use the Switch in those cases too. Like I don't know. A lot of people are like love the fact that it's like I don't have to be tethered to my couch, and for me, it's like I love my couch. Like why you gotta hate on the couch? Couches are awesome.
Why you gotta hate on the couch? All right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm strongly considering it, but it's kind of it's one of those things where it's like I ended up storing it for a month and a half, and I didn't miss it.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
It's actually kind of my collection video for that one. And all of a sudden, I was just like, "Wow, what? Why do I have this and this and this?" It's kind of funny how that works, but
yeah.
A replica of the Omniblade from Mass Effect 3.
That's what you need.
That's right.
All right. I think I have to take off. So I will see you guys next week.
Yep.
Will I? Yes. We'll have one more of these before next week, right?
Yes, we will. And it'll be like straight MGC talk the whole time.
Yeah.
Where we'll try.
Well, yeah, Fitnet will be bored.
Yeah. All right.
I will talk to you next week. Have a good night.
All right. Night. Yeah. It is nice to have my stuff home, though.
Are you still just leaving it all nice and tubbed away?
Yeah, I mean they're all sitting. I'll show you. They're all sitting over there.
Nice and tubbed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like I kind of want to open each one up and just kind of actually. I'm not going to have them move that stuff, but like I could pack it better. Like I packed it kind of hastily, so I could actually put some like padding in there and maximize the space as best I can, but yeah. Got to figure out what to do with this new room. Like,
I'm still trying to figure it out myself. I bought a shelf this week. I bought one shelf that I like and another shelf I don't like. So I'm gonna try to disassemble it and take it back if I can. That's my biggest worry. Is like I don't know if it's acceptable to take a shelf back, but I'm gonna try to disassemble it because it's not glued or anything. It's all screwed together, so I think I can unscrew it. It's got some wood pegs, but I'm sure I can take them out of the holes, and just take it back just because I'm not happy with it. you know, in my head I thought it would look better, and then after seeing it, I'm not happy with it. So it's one of those ones where I was like, I'm gonna take these mini cupboards. It's kind of like those shelves that you can put like tote bags in to pull them out, you know, in storage. And I thought I could pull off consoles putting them in there, but I hate how it looks. So it won't work.
Are they like too tall for it?
No, it won't work. It only works for smaller ones. That's the thing, and your bigger ones are gonna get left out, and that's gonna bother me with my OCD. So they gotta go. I'm sorry. If not, they'll just get put. If they won't take it back, then I'll just put it like in a closet and use it for something else, like, or use it for storage for like controllers or something. But right now I don't like how it looks, so I'd rather just get something else. So I thought about using it just to put my consoles on display, so I can say, okay, I want to play this console. I'll take it off my shelf, put it in front of my TV, and essentially be ready to go. But it won't work for the Turbo. It won't work for the Genesis. Well, it will work for Genesis, but not with the Sega CD. It won't work with PS2. It won't work with Xbox.
It's anything a little bit on the wider side.
Yeah, so it's got to go. Sorry. It's got to disassemble it probably tomorrow.
I mean, you could try to return it without will it fit in a vehicle that you could get it back to them assembled, or
I don't know if a store will take it back assembled, you know.
I mean, it could be a new floor unit for them. They might not give it to you back at full face value if you did that, but
I think I can actually disassemble it and be okay. So that's kind of where I'm hoping at, you know.
Yeah. See, I rarely keep the cardboard around the assembled furniture like that. The moment I'm done, it's like, get it out. It's out. Don't want it anymore.
I don't know. I don't know. I like for just something for it could be displayed. I don't want I mean, it'd be great to have everything hooked up, but that's not the smart thing to do. Makes it. I mean, it's nice, but like I am honestly like don't want to have. I mean, essentially, it's not bad because I actually have 3 outlets on the other side of this wall. I have my CRT television. There's 3 outlets nearby, so I don't have to worry about putting in. Like at my previous setup, I had 2 outlets for. I want to say maybe 14 consoles and 2 televisions. So I don't want to do that again.
Right.
So that's kind of like, especially when I was moving on, there's it was a gigantic mess to take apart every single cord. It was so knotted from audio cables to power cords, and I still like the idea of just having. I don't mind having the consoles on display, but I don't know. I also don't have. I have 1 component switch that has 4 outlets and 2 outputs. I have another one too, but I don't like that one very much. I think it's kind of cheaply built. So unless I can get like a 12 console or 12 person switch, you know, outlet, I don't want to hook it up because everything can do essentially what I have can do composite. So. Or it can do component. Essentially, could do component. Now I have switches. What I have my TV hooked up to, I can have it set up so they can be easily streamed. So if I leave it unplugged like that, where I can just go to whatever console I want to, I can set up for streaming purposes, which I like. But that's what I think we're gonna roll, is just having one set up, and then just the newer TVs have the newer consoles hooked up at all times to it. But older consoles
kind of have the same thought process. somebody wants to play, like Julie wants to play like NES hardware, we can make that happen.
It won't take very long. It's just a couple of chords, I left my TV, so it's got like a gap where I can get behind it. I'm not like struggling to get around. I can easily reach around it and plug it in, So.
Well, that's why I'm keeping the 14-inch CRT because I don't need a 32-inch CRT anymore. Like there's no reason for it.
Bring it up here. I'll replace it with my 27-inch.
If I still have it, I mean, I could. Seriously, I could.
Does it got a component?
Yes. So yeah, the Wega. I can give you the model number and all that stuff if you want to look at it. But
you can make this work.
It's got a stand too, if you really wanted the stand.
Ooh, if you could fit in your vehicle.
I think I might.
I don't think I got this one stand in here that might be able to support it. It might be able to, but if you got something better, we have to play swap around here.
It's on the Facebook Marketplace right now.
That thing's gonna be a bitch.
It probably weighs over 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, the 160.
Yeah.
Weighs 160 pounds.
Yep.
I carried the 227 inches downstairs by myself, and I just remember like two guys were trying to do it by themselves. And I was just like, just give it here. I've done this before, and I'll do it again. So just strap it to my chest and just grope. And they're like, "You're a beast." I'm like, "I've done this before. I don't want you dropping my TV."
Yeah, here I'll share it without showing my name and everything.
Oh, I already know that.
Yeah. So yeah. The stand is like just the perfect width. I mean, the stand is made for it. Glass doors on the front.
Yeah.
If it's still around, yeah, I will totally just bring it to you. Like, there's no. And whether you want the TV and not the stand, or
I probably would take both.
Yeah, I mean, I can fit him in my car as long as Sean doesn't have a ton of luggage. His Royal Highness's matched luggage.
So, oh well, I guess CC Weekly is ending. Or at least with the Cartridge Bros.
Sean's, this is a time for what's it called, where he's about to start picking up because he's gonna be gone for a while, and he's gonna, how long is he gonna be gone? Like a month in April after he gets back.
All right, I figured it was.
He'll be gone for like 4 weeks or something, and then he'll be. Yeah, so that's why he's missing May's episode. The big deployment
should have some interesting hosts for those May shows.
I know, right?
I started to volunteer myself for the Kingdom Hearts, but I just can't beat it in that before Midwest. I think.
Well, yeah, I mean they're recording. He's got like this. He's recording the Tuesday, and then they ship off on Wednesday, the Wednesday following Midwest. So you'd have to have the game ready to talk about by Tuesday. A week 2 weeks from today, you would need to have it ready.
Cause I beat it ages ago. I probably beat it in like 2000, like 10 years ago. So, and I have to play through it again. But like I said, my strength's more like 8 and 16-bit stuff. I don't know. Because I can actually touch the hardware of those systems. But like 64-bit stuff, I'm like,
I'm trying. It's just I could tell it's a really long game. I'm in Wonderland at the moment, so I'm like, I probably put about 6 hours into it. So
yeah, part of me is wondering if I should dial back because I decided to play it on whatever the higher level. Was it Brave or something?
Mm-hmm.
I decided to play it on Brave because I had played it before, but now I'm like I'm less like it's tough. What's
the normal difficulty? That's the one I'm on.
Final mix.
The boss at
the
boss at the end of Wonderland is challenge on that harder difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
It took me much longer than I think I needed it to.
I found I was been watching a walkthrough basically, and I think I was at level 10 before I even left for like Wonderland. So, or at least when I got there, I was like at level 10. So I was just like, I put in a lot of early grinding, if you will. So.
Well, if you wander around Traverse Town quite a bit, you'll pop up enemies left and right, and it seems to work out.
I don't know. I didn't have a huge problem with the Little Mermaid stage, but I know a lot of people skip it. I can't remember.
Is that the other option or something like that for Wonderland? Or
I'm trying to think of that. Or am I thinking of two? I don't remember. So what happened with Jake from Polykill? Did he?
I saw that. That's a bummer that he can't make it to Chicago.
No, is he not co-hosting that show anymore? Or
the tweet from Sunday?
Yeah, I kind of got the impression that Hokey Briz, I guess, was he filling in permanently? I can't remember.
All I know is that his engine crapped out on him. I missed anything else that's happened.
Yeah.
I think Musty was implementing that could be a April Fool's joke too.
Okay.
It is.
What was?
Jake leaving Polykill.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That sounds about right.
In fact, you need to see the response. So they have the one guy from Brazil who watches or who listens.
Yeah, I saw some expletive laden.
It was tweet. So funny. So funny.
Is this on the show, or because I'm like an episode or two behind, or is it on Twitter?
Well, no, so Twitter. the last two episodes. Here it is. I'll share it. So, sad day here at PKHQ. Having Hokey Briz on the last few shows was no coincidence. We'd like to wish the McAxel the best of luck on his new opportunity. Only going to miss him on the podcast, but we'll continue forward. And then they got a reply from I'm sad to see Briz become regular part of the show. I'm happy we can finally cut ties with the dead weight that is Jake.
Oh.
And so then this is Santiago. He's the guy from Brazil. He says, "Oh shit, what happened?" He says, "Down here."
I just remember Travis made some joke about the forums being dead, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of that's kind of rude."
But funny too, because it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say there. I don't know.
It's just an inconvenience. I'm sorry. I would have to leave and sign in on a computer when I could just. It's so much easier just to go to Twitter or now Discord and post the thoughts. So
yeah, except there's the app on the stores for that though.
Pardon?
The Cartridge Club app.
Yeah, but still, even that, like it seems to like make me want to have to sign in on the app. Like it doesn't seem to remember my sign in after a while, and I'm always like, well, what the hell's my damn sign in password? And that gets to the point where I just don't care. Then I'm like, oh, thought passed. I can just. That's the whole thing with Discord. I can just hop in instantly, or Twitter instantly, and then I forget about it. Or like, oh, I'll comment on it later, and then I just forget about it.
Taking notes on your podcast listening is not ideal. I mean, that's some of why the Bros doing the update section that they did during weekly was because it was just so much effort to act like you actually listened to everyone's show.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the Discord, this isn't. I probably brought this up before, but the Discord wasn't as active as it is now. But because just in relation to this Hangout, I'm just going to float this idea. Would it be more convenient just in terms of the risk of random people finding the Twitter link and pop the link into the Discord every week, and then we have a confirmed pool of people that we know that can jump in, and anyone that wants to be in the Hangout that's not in Discord can just join the Discord.
Yeah, I'd still set up the alert, kind of like Musty does to like everybody saying, "Hey, come hang out," basically, but don't have the link or something like join the Discord.
Yeah,
I could tweet it and then delete it. You could always tweet it, let it happen for 10 minutes, and then do exactly what I'm going to do now and get rid of it.
Yeah, but you could just say check Discord for the link.
Or then you just push it to Discord. You could even mention everyone on people.
What now?
You can on Discord if you type at everyone.
Yeah,
it does your push notification to everyone that's on that server.
Yeah, I just think that would be less risk averse in terms of posting on Twitter, and everyone that's on here is usually already on there. And the people that aren't, that would push more people toward the Discord. So that would make that more active in turn. So it would just kind of work, I think.
I agree.
And anyone that's not onto the Discord that we know that can get in, we can always just PM them the link. If need be.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I mentioned it before, but the Discord wasn't active at the time, so.
Yeah, it kind of surged since the last time.
Yeah.
I should mention that, and I'm going to mention it on now as well this upcoming week, though. But anyone who's watching, if you have channels set up now for fans of Cartridge Club podcasts to be able to chat with each other about stuff that they heard on shows. This isn't going to be a replacement for the forums. So I wouldn't even use it as a means to talk directly to the show. You should probably use the forums or Twitter for that. But, you want to talk about potential things that could be done to help cure Joe's sleep apnea or lack of sleep apnea. you know, that would be a great spot to discuss that.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying
to
figure
somewhere
out
where Joe and you probably won't see it either.
Yeah. Well, I want to know because Miles and Catherine mentioned we're talking about that Taco Bell trivia. That's how I'm trying to figure out where that's at. I need that application.
Well, we're talking about the Discord and the addition of different sections. Again, not to replace the forums, but to do something similar in there. We have the miscellaneous section, but a lot of it is media categories. And that spoiler chat area for Ready Player One just recently happened.
Mm-hmm.
Would it make sense to split some of that off into something like the media shelf section on the forums, and then just have MISC be like for the food and chess and other stuff like that? Or is it like basically no difference?
I think it's no difference, honestly.
That's fine.
I
mean, I think
it's easier.
People who went. Go ahead.
I was gonna say for let's just say the spoiler talk, because remember when Last Jedi came out?
Yes.
I think there's a lot of. I think that the continuous conversation is good for that kind of thing, and I think Discord appeals to that, as opposed to the forums where it seems like you don't see if someone's responding or like you ask something like that, like you would just have to wait, and to see, maybe hit refresh to see if something pop up. But with that one, you could see it, you can edit your post on the Discord. So if you make a typo, I think that appeals. I think it works better for something like that. Musty, you were going to say something?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm done with Zeo Drifter for now. I'm just getting confused. Good game, though.
I picked up Zeo Drifter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I picked up Thumper.
Like Bambi.
Sure. They describe that as rhythm violence, or I think that's how. So it's like a rhythm game, but it's
combat.
There's almost combat involved in that. To proceed, you have to get these certain stretches of the correct. But you're like traveling down this pathway, and you have to like turn, and if you don't you can always take one extra hit. So it's like if you don't make the turn, you lose. You're like this little like bug. You basically lose your hard shell off the top. But you gain it back if you get a good enough run. You're like that piece will snap back on. But it's I mean it's pretty cool so far. It's intense though, and it's very challenging so far, but it keeps building on itself. So like at first it's like all you're doing is worrying about turning, right? Like, can you get the turns right? And then they add in this other mechanic, and there's one where you're like jumping, and then you have to then sometimes you have to jump, and then you come back down and have to turn simultaneously, and things just get a little bit more and more and more challenging.
This trailer is horrible. I can't even tell what you're supposed to be doing in this game. On the eShop. Like, it's showing gameplay, and I have no idea what that's supposed to be conveying.
It's one that would do well to have a demo, for sure.
Yeah. Is it like multiple paths, kind of like something like Amplitude? Or whatever?
No. So like like to turn, you turn and then you hit A in the direction, and you kind of like the tail of that little bug like scoots against the corner as it goes. You tapping those in turn, and then there's some where you have to hit the beats that are in the middle of the track. Sometimes you press and you hold it, and those will break through these barriers. And that one would be good to either watch a stream of it, or if there was ever a demo, to play a demo, or
maybe find a review of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to just describe it more in depth, because that is very hard to convey in a trailer.
Yeah, that launch trailer does not give you a whole lot to work on.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and going, like, what the hell is this game? It doesn't work.
Yeah. But no, it's not a multi-track type of thing. It's just you can move the guy to the left or to the right, but it's all within that one rail.
Okay. It reminds me of, it's not probably similar in gameplay, but it kind of reminds me of Zone Mode and Wipeout.
I haven't played enough Wipeout. Zone Mode.
The one where it kind of goes monochrome and you just speed up naturally as you go rather than having to accelerate. Like the difficulty ramps and you go faster as it gets more difficult. So you have to dodge things faster the longer you survive. It's survival mode, essentially.
Okay. And just progressively gets
faster.
More challenging and faster.
Yeah, it gets faster and it makes it harder to take the turns. But you're like it's basically auto accelerating, and the longer you last, the difficulty goes up and you go faster, and you have to make the turns faster on the tracks. It's a really cool mode. But just kind of the look of that reminded me of it, even though it's probably not similar in execution.
Yeah. Awesome.
As I'm looking at other games that are on the sale, is Kamiko an exclusive?
Ooh. I don't think so, but I picked that up too at the price that it was at.
It definitely, yeah, it's a good price, and it definitely seems to fit the library.
That was one that Caleb did a review of that one, if you're curious.
I can't tell if I honestly did this without thinking about it, or if the autocorrect just Star Wars me, because I just searched Camino.
Nice.
But I have no idea if that auto-corrected me or if I just did that on friggin' instinct. It looks to be Switch exclusive.
Okay.
I'll look at Caleb's
Yeah, he
review
played
of
that after playing Hyper Light Drifter, because it had kind of a similar
art style-ish.
Kind of, yeah.
Retro aesthetic. I don't remember Hyper Light Drifter now that I think about it. Like, I don't remember what it exactly looks like. The Kamiko definitely looks more like a Zelda type experience. It's cool that they're giving you the points now when you buy digital stuff, like more so. Like
you can use them right away too.
Yeah, but it's like you're getting a few cents per thing, but at least it's something.
Yeah.
I still need to go through all my disc games and just plop them all in and redeem, because I haven't. I think I've done it for maybe one or two games.
Yeah, before it's too late, or they run out, or
maybe, I don't know. I just haven't done it. I've done it for Mario and maybe one other game. So that's just kind of points that are sitting on the shelf, not doing anything. We've got like 84 points right now. Haven't bought much on Switch digitally. Steam World Dig is tempting too. That really fits the platform. Is there a physical edition of that on Switch?
There is only on Wii U right now.
Oh, that makes sense. Actually, no, it doesn't. But yeah, I know there's one on PlayStation as well.
It's the SteamWorld Dig and SteamWorld Heist.
Yeah, they're probably going to re-release that, so I'd probably wait for that. No, I wouldn't. That's a game you want digitally. Just pick up and play. I already have it on.
Yeah, it's a short one, and it's, you know, you can. Like, I think I finished it in like 4.5 hours.
Yeah. I have that on Steam, but I don't play things on the computer that much. Origana Pixel Party. What the hell is this? A rhythm action platforming Japanese learning chiptune adventure. That's a description. That might be fun though. Came out in December. Wow, this looks cheap.
What's that?
The Pixel Party thing, the learning Japanese game. I mean, it does, like, the backgrounds look good, but
it sounds cheap.
Yeah, the inputs look like horrible. Like, I get the aesthetic is pixelated, but the circles are jagged of like telling you which input to do. Yikes. I think it's a freaking educational game. What did I expect? Are we at the end here?
Well, if you guys are done, I was just reading.
Yeah, aside from me going through the sale on the eShop, we're not really talking about anything.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking into that other big news story from today, which we don't have to talk about.
The YouTube one?
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
that one. We don't need to talk about that.
It was a woman. There.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're done.
Yeah, before that goes any further.
Yeah.
So much. A lot of stuff coming up, man. Lots of stuff.
I know.
After Midwest, man, we'll be looking at E3.
Yeah,
actually, sorry.
We close on my house the week before E3, so I'll need to figure all this stuff out.
You need to get the internet up. You know, if you take off a couple days, you could always come up here. You could always come up here, Musty, for a couple of days and do the show up here. If you took off for E3,
I don't think that's gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Just saying. If you need internet, you can always.
No, it's not that. I mean, I can do one of two things. I can either move the stuff, like if I can get them in with the internet on day 1 or day 2, we don't have to have all of our stuff there yet. I can move the computer. I can move the stuff that I need to be able to put on a show. but there could be nobody else in the house. It actually may be a perfect scenario.
Should be fun.
We'll see. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. I'll have internet. I'm not afraid of that. And this internet won't until we're done.
I have a side story I could tell before we leave here too, and relates to Ready Player One. Not a bad note. It's just actually a little bad for me. So this is the second time it's happened to me where I've bought tickets online and I didn't get my exact seat that I picked out. Last time I bought tickets that this happened, it was only one seat over. And the way I figured is because I bought an odd number of tickets that they signed it up so it could be even numbers the rest of the seats. That's why I figured happened. This time I went from having dead center back row, which is where I like it, to first row when it gets elevated and all the way to the left. And I was just like, this isn't right. So, and I bought my tickets weeks in advance for Ready Player One because I bought it the same day I bought my Avengers tickets. So I was just like, well, this isn't right. So I pulled out my receipt and sure enough, my phone explained it. I was supposed to have last seats dead center. And I went and complained I was like, well, I got, a half hour here before a movie starts. So I went and talked to a manager at the movie theater, which was packed, of course. And the guy's like, oh, we'll just get you seats in the back. And he looked and there's no seats available. And he's like, well, I can get you tickets for a later showing tonight if you want that. I'm like, well, I paid for this one. And essentially the only thing they could really just do is comp us for a free show the next time. They're like, I'm sorry. I was being nice. But I like it's another reason I don't like, I guess, assigned seating, if you will. I guess this is another reason. Like, they didn't alert me. It just happened. I scanned my tickets. If I would have been front row, I would have been pissed because I hate sitting front row. But I like that.
If you'd bought them that far in advance and then they make you sit, yeah, that would have been.
Their excuse was that they moved it to another theater, but they didn't correct the seating, I guess how it was, so it just kind of randomly generated where you were sitting. So yeah. Now where I have tickets for Avengers is a different theater, so I'm hoping something's gonna switched around there. But those tickets got filled up real quick that first day for Avengers, because I remember I tried buying on my lunch break and they were like sold out already at most of the theaters around here. Or at least decent seats, unless you want to sit front row or something like that. So, and I found one of the newer theaters that's like a restaurant bistro, which I don't know about, like, because from what I hear too, I guess like for the first 30 minutes of the movie, they're still serving people because it's got like a restaurant built in, so you can order like whatever food you want to eat during the movie or something like that, and they'll bring it to you. I don't like the idea of people walking around the first half hour of a movie.
First 30 or 3?
First 30.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Nope.
Found that like, I don't like the sound of this, but it was like the only theater with like decent tickets. So I was like, So
do you actually get like stuff, or do they make you eat that off of your lap?
No, they actually the seats, besides having recliner seats, they have like, I guess, like a table thing that will slide for you too or something like that, so you can put like a table in front of you and snack and eat and everything. And I guess it's, as opposed to having just your besides just having popcorn and everything, they actually have like a legit menu or something too. It's like something new, I guess they're trying. Like the service starts 45 minutes before the movie starts and 30 minutes into the movie. Like, I don't know if you can order 30 minutes into the movie, because they said, I think, like they'll continuously deliver food to you to 30 minutes into the movie. So, but who's gonna be an asshole and order food during like the first like 10 minutes and 5 minutes in the movie? I want a cheeseburger here, like talking when stuff's happening, But we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, even like pulling out an app to like put in it would be distracting.
Mm-hmm.
Less distracting, but still distracting.
Sure. Yeah.
I've never eaten during a movie except maybe like watching like on Netflix or something like that. But I've never. It's so foreign, if you will. It's popcorn and like I like popcorn and Reese's Pieces. This is my killer combo. What I like for watching movies with. And I always love saying, because I don't know if the theaters by you they have it, but it's like they'll do, they'll say, do you want real butter for 50 cents more on your popcorn? And I said, no, I want the fake butter, because what is if you're saying that's real butter for 50 cents, what am I eating? But I like the fake butter personally.
That sounds Seinfeld. Said he thinks it's more consistent.
Anyway, there was one more definitely lighter news story that I figured I'd pitch to see if Musty had any thoughts on the microtransactions being removed from Shadow of War.
See, I haven't played Shadow of War to this point. It's nice to see. I have a feeling at some point they just have to go, yeah, this is we're maintaining something that isn't getting any. I think it could be a result of it just not being I don't want to say it's not successful, but it's just not. It being there is more of a burden than maintaining it would be.
Yeah, it's more harmful to keep it than it is to get rid of it, especially after Battlefront 2.
Yeah, well, and now Battlefront 2 has remedied theirs to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I haven't started the game yet, so I don't know on if it would even make a difference. I mean, is the progression, like, is it now at the point where it's just like you can't speed things up? You're going to play this game now? Like, did they explain that?
I'm not sure. I haven't really looked at anything on it. I tried to watch a video on it before the Hangout started, but I ran out of time.
Okay.
But I imagine
I'll have to look into it a little bit more just to be sure. But I think that was what we were saying, right? Is like, well, if you don't want to speed things up and you want to play the game, then don't buy them. Well, now if they're not purchasable at all, then this is exactly what we're saying they wanted in the first place.
Yeah, but I think the progression was slowed down to incentivize it. Maybe.
Okay.
So maybe they'll speed it back up to like a reasonable degree, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, it could be clear the microtransaction piece, get that out of, and tinker with the
balance.
Yeah, just so it's fair. That makes
sense.
Sounds like a reasonable approach. It's funny because you don't ever hear other games do this, and so like vocal about it.
Yeah.
But I get why they're being vocal about it, because it's in the eyes of the consumer or the vocal minority. It plays well, or it at least kind of resets things.
Yeah, it gives the people that were put off by the inclusion when they found out about it a chance to be interested in actually playing the game now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there are definitely people that would boycott any game because of the inclusion of that.
Yeah.
So they have a chance to get those people.
Potentially.
Or otherwise people who were waiting for it to go down because of that as well are more inclined to buy it.
That game came out in what, November? Like, it's
maybe
not even 6 months. No, it was like October, I think.
I still need to play the freaking first one. I have it though.
Yeah, I played through. I think I got like 10 hours in, and I just got distracted by other stuff. No, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if not a couple examples of this, if all of a sudden more and more older games start to just acknowledge the fact that they're turning that feature off. Maybe we got through to them for once.
Yeah,
but
they're not. I don't think microtransactions are going to go away. They're just going to get less predatory.
Mm-hmm. Which is exactly what I think a lot of us want. So let's be reasonable about what these are, and if they're accelerators, that's fine, but don't make this slog so unbearable that my only option is I don't want to feel like you're ransoming me to be able to move on.
Yeah, don't make a $60 new release feel like an iPhone game.
Yeah.
Well, I think that also
you 3 clicks.
That's also, I think, coming down from people though above who have nothing to do with making the game. How can we make more money?
Oh yeah, because the people that were actually making Battlefront 2, for an example, were super passionate about it. Like I heard a podcast with one of the guys that wrote the story for it. And he was just so happy for it to be coming out, and then all the microtransaction crap happened. I can't imagine how that guy felt about it. Like that reaction. But the good thing about the Star Wars thing is Star Wars is a big enough platform as a property that it got so much attention that kind of rippled out to the rest of the franchise. Not rest of the franchise. Rest of the video game industry to look closer at this. Sucks for Battlefront 2 because it is a legitimately good game outside of that. But at least we got a good look at it now.
It's the sacrificial lamb that is.
Essentially.
Yeah.
I think it was on sale last week at Best Buy.
Yeah, it was. It was like down to like 20 or something like that.
Because I was looking at it.
I've been thinking about it, but it's like, I played through the campaign. But I just, am I going to sit down and play the multiplayer? I don't know. I need to go play some more Sea of Thieves. I haven't done that in a few days.
If you see a good sale on Battlefront 2 and you're thinking about picking it up, I would definitely play multiplayer with you.
I just went for the story mode, honestly, though. I mean, I saw like Dark Souls 3 Complete Edition. I don't know if there's any like story DLC that's in that, or if it's just stupid like skin gear or something. Look that up real quick here.
Yeah, I can't confirm.
Because I have Dark Souls 3. I got it for Christmas like 2 years ago, but the Ringed City DLC. Oh man, and an expansion pack. Oh. Let's see what the trade-in value is here at GameStop for Dark Souls 3.
I'm gonna go $9. $9, Bob.
If it is $9, that's pretty good trade-in value. Let's see. Games. Dark Souls 3. Ooh. Elite Pro for the Xbox is $960.
Aha!
See PS3. $960. Hey, that's pretty good.
Big money.
That's pretty good. Hopefully there's a trade-in 6 sale coming up right here. Trade-in 6 get 60%.
Yeah, they haven't done that in a while.
I know. I'm waiting. I got a few games here to trade towards it. I might do it because then for $10 more, I can have like Complete Edition of Dark Souls. See available stores.
We should probably cut this soon.
That's fine. It's late, so.
All right. Good stuff.
All right.
More collection videos coming your way for the next week. One a day. It's happening. So.
All right. Talk to you guys next week.
Thanks chat for hanging out and listening to us browse the eShop for a few minutes.
Stare at my portables.
That's right. All right. You guys have a good night.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye.